Well, hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Freeman Motorsports channel. Today, we will be watching along to the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas, the third race of the NASCAR Cup Series 2022 season, the third race of the next-gen car, or the third points-paying race of the next-gen car. And today, I'm really excited. I hope that this race is similar to the Truck and the Xfinity Series race, where both races ended in some late race cautions that set up some crazy restarts that made it chaotic coming right down to the finish. So hopefully we'll see something similar to that in this one. I mean, that's kind of similar to how Auto Club went last week in the Cup Series as well. I mean, there were so many restarts in the last 20 laps, and then that final one where Kyle Larson was able to prevail over Daniel Suarez and Austin Dillon and get his first win of the 2022 Cup Series calendar. Now, a lot of people think Kyle Larson will be able to follow up this weekend and go back-to-back at Las Vegas and back-to-back in 2022. And I think Kyle Larson is my pick to win today. I think it's pretty easy to go with him, but I think some other strong contenders today will be Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson's teammates William Byron and Chase Elliott. I think Chase Briscoe and Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin are all a couple other guys that'll be able to mix it up near the front as well. And it'll be really interesting to see if we see guys like Tyler Reddick, like Eric Jones, who were really good last week. Or will they be able to continue that speed into this week? Will we see more of those underdog teams towards the front again today? So far in this one, I mean, Austin Cindric with another great qualifying run to start off this year. He was on pole last week in Auto Club, and he goes third in qualifying this weekend in Las Vegas. So the rookie's continuing on with that strength he showed, with the strength he's been showing early on in his Cup Series career. But yeah, so this one, I believe the green flag is supposed to be waving around 350, 355. We just got the driver start your engines, and so or we're about to get the driver start your engines. So, hey, Simply Shelby TV, how you doing? Appreciate anybody who tunes in today. Thank you to any of you guys who tuned in yesterday for the Xfinity Series race. We only did stage 2 and stage 3 of that race because there was weather in the area, and I didn't really feel like streaming through Red Flag. But if you guys want to put in the chat who your pick is to win, you can go ahead and do that. But Danica Patrick is the guest analysis in the booth this weekend, so I'm really interested to see how this goes. I mean, obviously, Danica didn't have the most talent when it came to on-track racing abilities in the Cup Series, at least. She had some talent in IndyCar. But we'll have to see how her skills are as a commentator. When she commentated in the SRX a little bit last year, she did okay. She didn't do the best job, but it wasn't the worst either. Yeah, Simply Shelby TV, pick Larson to be the winner. Yeah, here I'm gonna put up a poll in the chat. I'm gonna say who wins. I'll put Larson as one option, and then and I'll split the field. But appreciate anybody who drops a like today. The goal for today we'll say is we'll say 30 likes is our goal for today. I think Christopher Bell definitely has a shot at winning today. He's on the pole, but I think a lot of it's going to come down to long run speed. I think we're going to have quite a few long runs in this race. Not not super long, but we'll probably see at least one set of green flag pit stops today. I do think we're going to have quite a few cautions this race at some point, just similar to Auto Club. Like, these cars are hard to drive. You're going to see guys pushing the limit, going over the edge, and just making mistakes, spinning out on their own. So I do think like we aren't going to see like any a green flag run that's over like 100 laps long in the final stage. So 2 votes in the poll, 1 for Larson, 1 for the field. Timothy Schiller, what you don't think he says it has went. What you don't think Chase says it has a chance. I think he's going to win. I think Chase has a shot. I think Chase and Byron both have a good shot at winning it. Alex Bowman, I'm not as certain about that. I think Elliott's definitely going to be driving with a bit more of a sense of urgency after last week. He's going to feel like, a bit upset. He's feeling like he probably could have won last week and he kind of got screwed. So he's definitely got to feel like he's got to rebound this weekend. And Byron is also one of the guys from Hendrick who I think has a shot, because even though the practice is pretty short, Byron had the best long run speed out of any of the cars during practice. So I think we're going to see some longer runs in this race probably. So I think that will give the 24 an advantage, at least in that category. But I'm going to go through the starting lineup here really quick. So Bell on pole, getting his first career pole. Then Kyle Larson to his outside, the defending winner of this race. And then the rookie sensation Austin Cindric in third. Chase Briscoe in fourth. He's having another solid role. He's setting himself up for another solid run to start off his 2022 campaign. Chase Elliott in fifth. Logano in sixth. Logano and Blaney going to be looking to get a win today. Penske as a whole looking to get a win today, since this is one of their big sponsors races. Pennzoil sponsors Logano, and they're sponsoring Blaney today. So, they'd love to get the 22 or the 12 in victory lane. Then you'll have Reddick, Hamlin, Stenhouse with another solid qualifying run in ninth, and Austin Dillon in 10th. Dillon and Stenhouse are my 2 underdog picks for this weekend. Then Ryan Blaney, Truex make up row 6. Bowman and Byron make up row 7. You got a Hendrick lockout of row 7. Then you got Keselowski and Hemrick in row 8. Wallace and Chastain in row 9. And then Burton and Almirola in row 10. Then Suarez McDowell, row 11. Eric Jones and Cole Custer, row 12. Kevin Harvick and Greg Biffle making New York Racing's second start of the 2022 NASCAR season in row 13. Chris Buescher and Justin Haley make up row 14. And then Corey LaJoie and Todd Gilliland make up row 15. Kurt Busch with another poor qualifying effort in 31st. Ty Dillon to his outside. Then Cody Ware, Josh Bilicki make up row 17. And BJ McLeod and Garrett Smithley make up row 18. And Kyle Busch spun out in his qualifying run, and so he will start from the rear of the field. Let's hope Keselowski doesn't try to wreck everybody. Yeah, I know. If Keselowski continues his 2022 tradition of taking out at least 1 or 2 competitors, and specifically taking out Harrison Burton, that's gonna spell trouble for the people racing near him. Cole Custer's also going to the rear, as well as Kyle Busch. So we got 2 votes for the field and 1 vote for Larson in the poll. And there will be a competition caution at lap 30. So that'll make at least 1 guaranteed caution in stage 1. And I think we're going to see quite a few cautions compared to a normal Las Vegas race this weekend. I think it won't be as chaotic as Auto Club last week, but then again, you really don't know with this new car. There's no data to really go off of yet. Yeah, these new cars are harder to drive. It's a lot more up to the driver if the rear end gets loose and it gets sideways. It's harder to correct it. Yep, it's pretty accurate. Yeah, we've seen so many incidents. Like, I mean, Kyle Busch just lost it yesterday, um, when he was out on track, and I think we're going to see another incident similar to that today at some point. But the lights are on the pace car, so that means we're going to be going green this time at the stripe to start the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas. It'll be Kyle Larson on the outside, Christopher Bell on the inside. Briscoe pushing Larson, Cindric pushing Bell. And the pace cars pulled off onto pit road through the Geico restart zone. They go. And the green flag's in the air. Christopher Bell with a great launch. That inside line's really hooked up. He's already clear of Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson and Cindric are side by side for second as they dive down into turns 1 and 2. Chase Briscoe up the track a bit. That's going to allow Elliott to move up to his inside as well as Joey Logano. Bell clear by a couple car lengths, and whoa! Logano with a huge run to the bumper of Elliott, and that nearly turned Cindric, who was on the bumper of Elliott. Those guys really had to get out of the gas there. That's going to cause Logano and Elliott to check up and lose a spot or two. Stenhouse with a great restart. He's up to 6th place, and he's 3 wide with Logano and Hamlin. Bell's driving away a bit, and Cindric and Larson are still side by side for second. Byron making a move deep in the field for 3 wide on the outside, turns 1 and 2. Briscoe looking to make a move to the outside of Cindric. He's on his quarter panel going through turns 3 and 4. And then Elliott gets around the outside of Logano off turn 4 exit. Briscoe still working the outside of Cindric, and Logano's fought back to the inside of Elliott, but Elliott gets a good run off corner exit, and he clears the 22 again. And now Briscoe clears the 2, and now the 9's working to the outside of Cindric. Cindric's going backwards here early in this one. Yeah, no, I can't show the actual race no more. But I can do this at least. Here, I'll put the leaderboard up so that way you guys can see the running order. Oh, Elliott gets loose off turn 4. We are seeing a lot of guys bobble. Elliott's going back behind Logano, now behind Hamlin. He's going to drop back to 6th. Cindric's now going to have a big run on him. Where will he go? The groove's actually widening out quite a bit right now. You guys running about 3 grooves in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But this is just a short sprint to the competition caution at lap 30. 5 laps complete at Las Vegas, and Bell's led them all so far. And second is Larson, who's getting chased down by Chase Briscoe. But right now, we are seeing that these cars are hard to drive, and I love to see it. Like, guys are just getting tight, getting loose in the corners. I mean, you'll love to see it. But Bell's pulling away early on, got a 1.5-second gap to Kyle Larson in second, and then it's a half a second back to Logano, who's made a move on Briscoe for third. Well, your top 10 as they run is Bell, Larson, Logano, Briscoe, Hamlin, Blaney, Cindric, Bowman, Byron, and Elliott. Bowman's picked up quite a few spots early on. He started this race in 13th. He's up to 7th. Cindric's dropped from 3rd to 8th, and Elliott's dropped from 5th to 10th. But the biggest movers early on is Reddick's picked up 13 spots. Hemrick's picked up 8. Custer and Kyle Busch have picked up 7 spots apiece. Hamlin making a move to the inside of Briscoe for fourth place, and Blaney's looking to follow through on that move. Hamlin clears Briscoe off turn 4, and Blaney's going to go by as well. Now, Briscoe was just running up in second or third a second ago, and now he's dropped all the way back to 6th place. And Chase Elliott's now fallen back to 12th place as he's gotten passed by Martin Truex Jr. and Ross Chastain. But that 9 car is really loose. He has got it. He's using the brake actually a bit in some of the turns since they show the telemetry. So that means that that car is not handling good since you do not use the brake at Las Vegas. Or at least not too much. But Bell still leads over Larson, and Logano's now catching up to Larson. 10 laps are now complete here at Las Vegas. Now, Ricky Stenhouse looking to go around the 9 car for 12th place. And I think Bell may have just had a bit of a moment because he just lost about a half a second of time to Kyle Larson in 2nd place. Dude, we're already only 10 laps in, and they're already cutting to commercial break. Man, Fox is... I wish Fox would just not broadcast. We have so many commercial breaks when they do it. Mark, hey everyone, my picks are Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Larson. All solid picks. My underdog picks are Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse, and my go-to was Kyle Larson. But so far, Christopher Bell and Joey Logano are 2 cars that are looking pretty strong, working their way towards the front. Eric and Chaco Sluss. Hey, it was snowing last night in Las Vegas in the Xfinity race. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. That's pretty crazy. It's like a desert out there, and they're getting some snow. Also, 7 votes. We got 2 votes for Larson, 5 votes for the field in terms of who's going to win this race. You know, I'm starting to think that Larson may not be getting the dub today. I think we're going to see a lot of comers and goers in this race. That's for sure. You know, because guys are just getting loose nonstop. Like, Elliott's got a real ill-handling car right now, and I think they'll be able to make some adjustments to that, and he'll work his way back towards the front. But at least right now, that car is not where he wants it to be. That's for sure. And Logano's actually gotten by Larson while we've been away under this commercial break. I'm just figuring that out by looking at the leaderboard. And Briscoe's dropped back to 7th as Bowman's gotten by him for 6th. But yeah, Kyle Busch, after starting out back at the beginning of this one, has only worked his way up to 28th. But now he returned back to live TV, and it looks like Hamlin's making a move on Larson for 3rd now. So Larson's car not handling probably where he wants it to be right now. Snow in the desert, global warming, question mark. It's too early to predict. And now Hamlin's going to make a move to the inside of Larson in turns 1 and 2. He may have the advantage here. Larson slides up the track just a bit, and that's going to allow Hamlin to clear him. And now Blaney's going to have a run on the 5 car down the back straightaway. It does look like the Hendrick cars, all except for Bowman, are just not able to really push it like they want to. And now Blaney's gotten by Larson off turn 4. Blaney up to 4th, Larson back to 5th. Last week, Chevrolets were dominating early, and now this race at Las Vegas, the highest Chevys in 5th place. Now that may change as the race goes on and they're able to make some adjustments, but we'll have to see. I can't believe my team finished 21st at the Daytona 500 in your first start ever. Give me congratulations. But now Hamlin trying to make a move to the inside of Logano. That's not going to quite stick, but he's going to get to his corner panel and side draft him down the back straightaway. Blaney's going to have a run on the both of them. And Hamlin's going to get to the inside of the 22. And the grooves are really widening out as this run goes on. Blaney and Larson running all the way up almost against the wall. Not the highest line, but quite a bit higher than anything we saw in the Xfinity Series race yesterday. And that high line gave Larson a huge run down on the 12 car, and he's going to try and cut back under him in turns 1 and 2. And he's not going to be able to quite clear the 12 car off turn 2, so that's going to kind of hurt his momentum down the back straightaway. And his 48 may have a run on him. And now Larson's running the highest line on the track, at least amongst these leaders. And I think that's really helping him get great speed off corner exit. Now, he's not running the high line in turns 1 and 2. We may see it. We'll see if he starts trying to do that. Yeah, he kind of does it this time. But he kind of cuts down. But the high line in 3 and 4 is definitely working for him. In turns 1 and 2, the high line doesn't work quite as well, but and now Larson's gotten by Logano with that run off the high side. Larson back up to 4th. Bowman also gets by Logano. Logano's dropped from 2nd back to 6th. All these guys seem to be a bit faster than Bell, even though they're battling with each other. They're slowly eating into his lead. But now Bowman's getting by his teammate Larson on the inside. So maybe that inside's working. Maybe that outside line's working. Maybe it's not. I'm just kind of too early to tell. But Hamlin's run faster lap times than their leader, Christopher Bell, right in time. Bye. But right now, 3 of the Hendrick cars in the top 10. Chase Elliott, the one Hendrick that's struggling a bit early on in this race. He started up in 5th, drove his way up to 4th for a second, but then that car sits handling, and he's dropped back to 12th place. Eight votes on our poll. Who wins? Larson versus the field. 5 for the field and 3 for Larson. Eric and Choco Sluss, my team's going to race pretty soon. Just give you a hint, as I had a road course. You guys going to race at Coda? Harvick was the fastest last time by. He's back in 14th, so he's got a lot of passes to make to get to the front, but maybe we'll see Harvick break through for his first win in over a year. That feels so weird to say. You never think of Harvick as somebody who'd be on a winless drought like he's had. Somebody with this amount of talent. Truex working his way up through the field. He's on the bumper of Logano for 6th place. And you've got both Busch brothers who started towards the rear of the field, but they both worked their way up, just getting into the top 20 now. But Eric Jones, who showed a lot of pace last weekend, isn't quite showing that same speed today. He's running back in 20th place. Tyler Reddick, who's one of the fast cars last weekend, same thing with him. He's running back in the, I believe, somewhere in the 10th to 20th range. Appreciate everybody watching. If you could drop a like, I'd really appreciate it. But the competition caution will be coming out in just a moment at lap 30. We'll probably see everybody come down pit road here, so that way they can make it to the end of the stage on tires and fuel. But Kyle Busch, when he crashed that backup car yesterday, they just showed a clip of the backup car he had. That thing was stock as it can get. Like it was basically a backup for any Joe Gibbs guy that crashed their car. It was not specifically for him. It was just a bare gray car. And Blaney's caught up to Hamlin. And I was saying that Hamlin was catching up to Bell, but now he's honestly losing just a bit of time. Not much, but he's losing a bit of time to Bell. We'll have to see if Bell can hold on to this lead after this next restart. And we've made it to lap 30, so the competition caution will be coming out here soon. Still 33 cars on the lead lap. Greg Biffle, the first car, 1 lap down. He may be able to get the free pass here and get back on the lead lap. And the caution's out at lap 30 at Las Vegas. The competition caution. At the time of the competition caution, Christopher Bell still leads. He's led every lap so far. Then Ryan Blaney in second, Hamlin in third, Bowman fourth, Larson in fifth, Truex sixth, Logano seventh, Meyer and Briscoe and Chastain round out your top 10. And then you have Elliott, Cendric, Stenhouse, Harvick, and McDowell, your top 15. So once we get back from, once we get restarted again, there will be about 40 to go in stage 1. So stage 1's getting split in half by this competition caution, basically. You got Greg Biffle sponsored by FAMU. How are you able to pull that off? I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's just great to see that that team's able to get a sponsor, so that way they're able to get out to the track. Kyle Busch, after starting out back, has worked his way up to 18th. So halfway through the field for Kyle Busch, can he work his way through the other half of the field before the end of stage 1, or more so before the end of this race? And the free pass from that caution will be Greg Biffle, I do believe. Well, they haven't confirmed it yet, but I do believe Greg Biffle is the first lucky dog. Here they come down pit road. Anybody going to make a mistake? Are we going to see any strategy? I don't think so, just with the severe tire wear we see at Las Vegas. Not the most severe tire wear, but I mean, definitely wears down. So far, it looks like Logano, Blaney, Hamlin all making smooth pit stops. Things are a little different with the one lug nut tires. Those pit stops are definitely quite a bit faster. The fastest 4-tire stop we've seen was under 9 seconds, and that's pretty much something we would never have thought about seeing in the Gen 6 era. And Blaney and Hamlin both pick up a spot, so they move up to first and second. Blaney loses 2 spots. Bowman up to fourth. Chastain, the big mover, he picks up 5 spots. And Larson loses 4. Larson, a big loser on pit road. Yeah, Ross Chastain running pretty strong so far today. He was running in 10th place at the time of that caution. He picked up 5 spots from the help of his pit crew on that pit road stop. So that's big for that team. So now they'll have a shot at maybe getting into the lead on this restart, picking up some big stage points. But his teammate Daniel Suarez is not running at that same pace that his Suarez is running back towards the 20th position. Chastain's he showed pace last week at Auto Club before he got spun, or I don't know if he spun. I'm not quite sure off turn 4. I can't quite remember, but he had started out back in that race and he had worked his way all the way up into the top 5, top 10, and then he ended up getting caught up in an incident that ended his day early. But that team's looking for a good result. Eric and Chocolate Sluss. Okay, that's pretty cool. Shimbly Shelby TV, please share out. Thank you guys for 5 likes. Appreciate it if we can get some more. Can we get up to 10 double digits? So guys, we're gonna try and add some background music to this stream. Let's see what it sounds. Let's see. Sound good or sound good? Tell me if you like the background music or is it not? I think it caused my microphone to get all weird. Eric and Chocolate, you're getting the hood off the car? Okay, that's actually pretty crazy. I would... Or do you think I should turn the background music down or up or... No, okay, I don't think it actually affected my microphone. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm just trying something new right now. Probably shouldn't try this out midstream. Is Larson pitting again? Oh, he must have. I'm not sure why. Maybe he got a speeding penalty. We'll have to see here. Christopher Bell also, I think, or no, he wasn't making a second stop. That's just to replace someone else. So Larson, it says he still scored 9. He made a second pit stop. I'm trying to see. I think Larson dropped. Yeah, Larson dropped to the rear, so he had to make a second pit stop. Not quite sure why. Or maybe, I don't know if he got a penalty or something, but he's going to have to work his way through the field here in the second half of stage 1. 34 to go in stage 2. And Ryan Blaney with a great restart. He's got the edge over Denny Hamlin right now. Bowman and Hamlin side by side as they go down to turns 1 and 2. Logano's poking eye to the outside of Chastain. Chastain to the inside of Bell. Bell. Chastain and Byron 3 wide down the back straightaway. Logano gives a big push to Bell. He clears that 3 wide battle. Chastain going backwards, but Bell gets loose off the bottom. That's going to allow Byron to peek to his inside off turn 4. Down the front straightaway they go. Blaney still leads, but Bowman's gotten up to second place now. He's all over the bumper of the 12 as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Blaney goes low, Bowman goes high. Hamlin in 3rd. And then Truex in 4th, Byron in 5th. Bowman looking to the outside of Blaney in turns 3 and 4. That 48 car is really coming on strong in this race. And now Bowman to the inside of Blaney in turns 1 and 2. Man, they're both really fighting those cars. You can see them bobbling as they go over the bumps. Oh, we've got a spinner. Cole Custer around. And the tires are flat on that car. And we know what happens with flat tires on these next-gen cars. It looks like at least one of the rear flat tires are flat. Well, he's got it rolling still, so he may be able to. Okay, so he's going to be able to get it back to pit road. And down goes a flat tire for Cole Custer. We'll have to see if he got contact or not. We're looking at the replay here. He's just on the high side, and it looks like he just spins on his own there. Yep. The 41s are running a bit higher groove, and he just gets sideways right in front of Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson definitely didn't want to see that. That's one of the risks when you have to make a second pit stop and go to the rear of the field. You risk getting caught up in somebody else's mess. He almost saved it, but it didn't get into any contact with anybody else or the wall. So it definitely could have been worse. Toasted marshmallows. You really want Kyle Busch to win. Eric and Choco, you like the music? Well, speaking of you getting the hood, Eric and Choco Slush, I just got a car door. I got one of Brennan Poole's Rickware racing cars. I got the car door off that car. That just came in the mail today. And also, yeah, I really was interested in seeing is since he was one of the first cars with flat tires to actually make it around the track on his own and have to get towed back to pit road. I was interested in seeing, when the tire gets flat and it starts to shred up and it'll start, ripping around and tearing up some of the interior parts of that car. I really want to see what happened with the next gen. And he did tear up what they said is like the interior fender, but they made it sound like it's not overly important. But Mark, not to worry about Larson. He will move back up. Yeah, I agree with that. Toasted marshmallow Kyle Busch will win at his home track. I mean, Noah Gragson tried to do it yesterday, and it didn't quite work. Yeah, it didn't quite work out for him yesterday. I don't know why. I almost couldn't remember who won the race yesterday for a split second. Appreciate everybody tuning in so far. We just hit 10 likes. Can we get up to 20? Appreciate it. Can we get the goal? The like goal is 44 once again for Greg Biffle and that New York Racing team. You know what we're gonna do? Since it's caution, real quick, we're gonna change things up. We're gonna go get that door and bring it over here. We're gonna try and bring it onto the camera. It's probably not gonna really work. Because I don't have a ton of space to carry that thing around, but I'll be doing a more in-depth review of it on my Freeman Extra channel. Link to that in the description. Okay, so here it is. I'm still trying to figure out how to hang this thing. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty big. We got this door here. It's one of Brennan Poole's Rickware racing cars from 2020. Picked it up for like $100. So yeah, first piece of sheet metal, actually second piece of sheet metal. Just the other day, I got in this piece off of Kyle Larson Xfinity car. That's just a small like 3x3 little clip out, where this is a big old door. We're gonna hang this in the bedroom, and I'm gonna try and get this thing signed by when I go to I'll be attending a couple races this year. I'll be at Martinsville, Dover, Watkins Glen, Pocono. He'll probably be in one of those races for the Xfinity series, so maybe I'll get that signed by him. But yeah, we're gonna put this thing back over where I got it from. I would try and make it part of my background, but it's a bit too big to do that. So yeah, there we got that. That's Mark, Ty Gibbs gets a lot of crap for being a great young driver with good equipment. He is a very good driver, you know what I mean? But here's the one thing I do have to say, is if his last name wasn't Gibbs, he probably wouldn't be where he is right now. I mean, like, he'd probably still be a talented driver or something if he got into racing when he was young, but because he is Gibbs' great-grandson, like, he's talented, you know what I mean? So he's not necessarily a paid driver. That's why he's able to advance up to the ranks so fast, and why they basically are running him in an unsponsored car half the time last year. You know what I mean? If they're not going to just run somebody in an unsponsored Xfinity unless you're the owner's son. So I think he is very talented, and I think he will be, you know, possibly a Cup Series championship winner at some point in his NASCAR career. He definitely has talent. That's not up for debate. Okay, I'm looking back through the comments here. Yeah, die-cast are rare in Canada. Are you able to, like, order them? I mean, I know the shipping probably costs extra. That probably sucks. Also, I may be going to the IndyCar race in Toronto, since that's only like 2 hours from me. Anyways, through the Geico start zone they go, with 38 to go in stage 1. Blaney on the inside, Bowman on the outside. And they're side by side down to turns 1. Chastain makes 3 wide with Bell and Byron for 5th place. He goes to the inside, and that's going to work for him. He's up to 5th. But boom, we got a big crash back in the field. Dillon, Kyle Busch, Hemrick. Actually, they didn't crash. They somehow saved it. Oh, never mind. Justin Haley's around. That was crazy. Somebody, I think, maybe either got slightly turned in front of the field, and they barely held on to it, and everybody else was able to get on the brakes and not make that a bigger accident than it was. I don't know, man. Sometimes the leaderboard's like way ahead of the broadcast, and sometimes it's way behind. So all I can say is I'm live. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Like, I don't know why it does that. I think it should be updated right now. I think they're pretty even. But either way, Bowman got the lead at the caution. Now we're gonna see a replay. So this is way back in the mid-pack, and you got Haley. Burton's in front of this. So Dillon goes to the inside of Haley. And Austin Dillon, yeah, Austin Dillon bobbles, gets into the corner. That's Austin Dillon there. He got tight, got into the corner panel of Haley, and then Kyle Busch slammed on the brakes. He nearly slid into that, but he luckily avoided it. Haley tried to hold on to it, but he ended up spinning down across the track. Nobody got too much major damage there, at least. Like, nobody made much heavy contact with another car or the wall. So everybody should be okay after that. Today's been an eventful day for Kyle Busch already, and Kyle Larson. But that was pretty crazy right there. And I think your free pass car may be Cole Custer. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, it's Cole Custer now. Now he's thinking that maybe Kyle Busch is radioing to his crew that he thinks his diffuser on the rear of the car may have gotten some damage when he straddled the banking for a bit. I mean, that wouldn't be good news for that 18 team. They've already used their backup car for the West Coast swing, so I don't know how many more cars they really got if they've got to make big repairs to this one for next week. And Hemrick, but Hemrick is, he was the one who may have slightly gotten into the rear of the 18 car. It doesn't look like he made too heavy contact with him. But I appreciate everybody watching today. I really want Kyle Busch to win. You and me both, Toasted, says Alan. So we got Toasted Marshmallow and Alan C. Crow for Kyle Busch. That's who their pick is to win. Not Larson, but Busch. So here we are. We'll put the leaderboard back up and see if it's. I think it should be in time. I don't know why it's apparently time slightly. I don't know. KFB's radioing to his crew that he may have got some damage, but I don't think he got much damage, if he got any at all. Luckily, nobody got any flat tires on that one, so nobody's going to lose, probably lose a lap due to the tires. I mean, honestly, I can't believe there wasn't more contact in that event. Like, there was not more damage involved in that incident there. Like, that was cars sliding everywhere in turns 1 and 2. But appreciate everybody who's tuned in so far today. Next week, I'm not sure if we're going to be live or not for the Cup Series race. We'll try to be live with the Xfinity Series race again. The Xfinity Series races are just easier for me to do because of scheduling. But as the year goes on, and once we get to summer, I should be okay to do most of the Cup Series races. Like, next week, the races start. I have work on Saturdays, but yeah, like, I should be able to do next week at Phoenix. I may miss the start. And I'll be able to do Atlanta after that, and Coda after that. But Richmond, I probably won't be able to do. And I will be in person for Martinsville, so won't be able to do that one. But yeah, so yeah, the Xfinity Series is not racing at Dirt Bristol, so that's one of their few weeks off from this year's season. Did not realize that. I know they didn't race there last year, but I thought maybe they raced somewhere else. The 54 Xfinity car is faster than the 11 Cup car. Do you mean in like lap times, or are you just saying that the driver's faster? Because I know the Xfinity Series cars are basically running the same lap times as the next-gen cars. Honestly, it's probably going to be a long time before I stop calling them the next-gen cars. That's just what they are to me. It's going to be probably not till like the playoffs, or maybe even next year. So yeah, now we're going to actually have another green flag run in this one. We've had 2 cautions, was less than a lap of green flag in between them. But now Bowman's gotten the lead from Blaney, and it's Bowman on the inside, Blaney on the outside. Truex pushing Bowman, Hamlin pushing Blaney. Through the Geico restart zone they go, 33 to go in stage 1. Bowman with a great restart. Blaney spins the tires just a bit, but Hamlin's on the bumper of 12, and Truex is not on the bumper of the 48, so that's going to allow Blaney to get a good run to the outside, down into turns 1 and 2. Are we going to see another caution in the midfield here? Oh, Logano really has gas. So does Chastain, or no, that's not Chastain. Who is that? I think that's Brad Keselowski. But now Bowman to the lead, and Truex looking to make it 3 wide maybe. Hamlin makes it 3 wide. No, he backs out of it. He poked it in there, but he thought better of it. And now it's Bowman, Blaney, Hamlin, and Truex side by side for third. Bowman still out front. He leads the first lap back under green. And they are fighting really hard. Kurt Busch, Keselowski, Stenhouse, 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Stenhouse is going to lose out on that battle. He's going to tuck in behind them. Briscoe makes a move to his inside, so he has no time to breathe. And behind them, Michael McDowell's 3 wide with LaJoie and Almirola. Byron working to the outside of Chastain off turn 4. He's going to hold that position for now. Harvick, who's running some of the fastest times on the track under that last green flag run. He's worked his way up into the top 10. He's battling Logano for 8th place right now. He's making a move to the inside of the 20 through in turns 1 and 2. Will he be able to slide up? Bowman must have had to check up off turn 2. Blaney and Hamlin have a huge run on him. They're 3 wide for the lead. Bowman falls back. Hamlin goes by both Blaney and Bowman. and Hamlin to the lead. Blaney has a bobble in turns 3 and 4. But Hamlin's now moved up to the lead, and it's Blaney in second. Now Bowman drafting up on the 12 car, making a move to the inside of the 12 down the front straightaway. He dives it down to the inside of Blaney in turns 1 and 2. But Blaney's got that runoff corner exit on the higher line, and he'll clear the 48 for now. Looking at a replay of what happened there. So through turns 1 and 2, Bowman lost it like quite a few other drivers have had today, and he had to get out of the gas big time. Blaney had to get out of the gas quite a bit as well, and Hamlin gets a run on both of them, and he goes to the inside of both of them down the back straightaway, and Hamlin takes the lead. Now less than 30 to go in stage 1, and it's Hamlin, Blaney, Bowman, Byron, Truex, Chastain, Bell, Logano, Elliott, and Kurt Busch has worked his way up into the top 10. Then it's Harvick, Cindric, and Larson's worked his way all the way back up to 13th after starting out rear just 2 restarts ago. Now, where did Harvick go? Harvick must have had to get out of the gas or had a bobble because he was just battling Logano for 8th place, and now he's dropped back outside the top 10. Okay, we're back after that quick checkup. But yeah, now we are back under commercial break, and it's Hamlin still in front over Blaney, Truex. Bowman's dropped back to 4th now. Byron's up to 5th. Then Chastain, Bell, Elliott, and Larson's worked his way back up to 9th after just starting out in the rear of the field 2 restarts ago. He's worked his way all the way up into the top 10. He just got by Kurt Busch. Logano and Briscoe and Eric Jones round out your top 15, and Cindric round out your top 15. Still 35 cars on the lead lap. The last of those is Daniel Hemrick. But last time by, the fastest car on the track was Kyle Larson with a 30.54. Compared to your leader, Denny Hamlin ran a 30.62. So not that much quicker, but but fastest car on the track was Kyle Larson. But Hamlin's grown that lead to 1-2 seconds over Ryan Blaney. So he's looking to hold on to get this stage to win, claim those 10 points and that playoff point. And we're back, and there's 20 to go in stage 2. Kyle Larson catching up to his teammate Chase Elliott. He'll be looking to get by that 9 car for the 8th position, but will Elliott race him hard? We know they had a bit of controversy last week. Bell and Chastain battling side by side ahead of them. Bell side drafting that 1 car pretty hard. And Larson dives to the apron down the front straightaway, trying to get by that 9 car for the lead. I mean, for the lead for 8th position. The 5 is running quite a different groove than most other cars. He's really going up towards that wall, trying to get that run off the high side. But they're catching the 20 and the 1 car, who are still battling side by side for 6th place. And Bell may have just completed that pass off turn 4, so now he's ahead of that 1 car. Well, the 1 have anything for him. Man, that 1 car is kind of ugly, man, not gonna lie. That paint scheme just is not doing it for me. Now Kurt Busch catching back up to this 5 car. And caution. And we've got a caution. The 8 is spun around, and he's through the grass. Just another spin. That's what we're seeing with these next-gen cars. They're hard to handle. We're seeing a lot more spins than usual. And, Reddick, one of those guys who likes to try and push the limits, probably just stepped over that edge, and that car went around off turn 4. We'll look at a replay. He was running up right by the wall where he likes to run, and he just loses it. He's lucky he didn't get into the wall. But, yeah, he just loses it off turn 4 and slides through that infield grass. Also lucky he doesn't get into the gas and dig up that splitter at all. He was running, I believe, right around that probably 15th or so. And that'll get us set up for another restart here before the end of stage 1. Oh, yeah, he actually got some damage to the bottom of that car, actually. We're looking at the replays. He slides through the grass. When the grass changes to the pavement, where they've kind of got a setup for maybe like a 1/8 mile oval in the infield grass, or he kind of like pops up in the air, and you can see the bottom diffuser kind of is bouncing off and bouncing around off that car. So that car may actually be pretty hindered. I'm not quite sure if that's natural for the diffuser to be bouncing around like that. Okay, we're back. We're gonna try and close down this ad. There we go, that. So you guys are okay with the music in the chat? Yeah, with that caution, we'll probably get set up for an under 10, right about 10 lap sprint to the end of stage 1. And I don't know if guys hit it or not, but right now the board's all wonky. I'm assuming people pitted, I guess? I don't know. We'll see here in a sec once we come back from the commercial break. But guys, so far this race has been pretty interesting. The longest green flag run we saw was to start this race off. We had 3 laps of green flag racing, all led by Christopher Bell. And then we had that competition caution. And then after that, we have not been able to go more than like 5 or so laps at a time without having a spin. Still, we haven't seen any big impacts for anybody in this race. Nobody's made hard contact with the wall or another car. So the next gen car hasn't really had too big of a test in terms of a big hit at 1.5 miles yet. But I think that will probably change before this race is over. But yeah, right now your running order is... So I think some guys pitted. I'm pretty certain. So I think most of the guys in the top 10 pitted, but then Kurt Busch, Corey LaJoie, Cole Custer, Almirola stayed out. So you had 4 cars stay out. And then you have Blaney, Byron, Bowman, Bell, Hamlin, Chastain, Elliott, Larson, some other guys who pitted. And I assume maybe some of those guys took 2 tires, and that's how they jumped up, or I'm not totally sure. And Martin Truex Jr. gets busted for a speeding penalty under his pit stop. So Kurt Busch, Corey LaJoie, and Cole Custer did not pit. Those are 3 cars. And then I assume Almirola, Custer, guys like that pulled some strategy, no tires, something like that. But yeah, so Martin Truex Jr. got penalized, actually not for speeding, but having one of his tires during that pit stop roll into another pit box. So it's Kurt Busch and Corey LaJoie on old tires at the front of the field with 12 to go in stage 1. Will they be able to hold on to that track position? Here they come through the Geico restart zone. The first car on fresh tires are a couple rows back. A bit of a bobble on that outside line. Kurt Busch, though, with a good restart. Now he's got the advantage over the 7 car. And people are making moves everywhere. The 2 and the 99 check up. The 4 checks up. The 41 checks up big time. He's going to stack up that outside line. But Kurt Busch still leads. And behind him's Almirola. Both those guys are working on that old tire strategy, and it's working for them. But Cole Custer's already dropped back to the outside the top 20 in less than a lap. But it's Kurt Busch who leads, but Byron's gotten by the 10 for second place now, and he'll be all over the 45 here in a second. And they are like, this is a beehive of busyness going on right now. And Byron goes to the outside of the 45 and turns 1 and 2, and with that power move, the 24 to the lead, but the 10 side drafting him now down the back straightaway, and then we'll have the advantage going into turns 3 and 4. But the 34 has fresher tires than the 10 car, and he's going to power by on the outside. They're 4 wide for a second. Hamlin running the wall, and he goes around the outside of the 7 in the 4 car. But yeah, this is just, they're testing things out here, doing the no pitch strategy, seeing how much old tires cost them in the next gen car, how much the clean air helps things. But Byron now leads over Bowman, and then Elliott is in third. So you got a Hendrick 1, 2, 3 towards the front, and Larson's kind of stuck back in this lap. These guys on old tires, he's getting pinned behind some guys, so he's back battling Logano for 9th place. Yeah, that old tire strategy did not work out, as all of those guys have been shuffled outside the top 10 already in only 3 laps. But Byron, Bowman, Elliott, Chastain, Almirola, your top 5. Then Blaney, Hamlin, Harvick, Larson, Logano, your top 10. Now Byron still leads, and Jones gets by Kyle Busch for 13th place. Blaney gets around the outside of Hamlin, but he gets loose, so he has to get out of the throttle a bit. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway. Now Harvick's onto this battle for 6th place. Early on in this stage, the Chevys were not near the front. The highest Chevy was in 5th. Now the Chevys have a lockdown of the top 4 spots. Now Larson worked at the outside of Blaney and Harvick, and he's got that spot done. Whoa, Hamlin slid up and cut off the 12, who had a big run on the high side, and the 12 nearly lost it trying to get out of the throttle. Now Larson goes to the outside of the 10 and the 4, takes them 3 wide. They're 4 wide for a second off turn 4, but Larson picks up 2 spots, and Blaney picks up 2 spots as well. Harvick and Almirola both lose 2 spots. Larson up to 6th place with that move, with 6 to go in stage 1. The next car in front of him is Denny Hamlin. And now Briscoe getting by Harvick for 8th place. But now Byron leading over his teammate Alex Bowman by about 5 car lengths, coming to 5 to go in stage 1. And things are getting tight in the bottom half of the top 10. Guys fighting for those last couple stage points, and Kyle Busch makes a move to the inside of his teammate Christopher Bell for 10th place, trying to get that last stage point. The 18s had to work his way through the field during this one, and now he's looking to pick up some stage points in stage 1. A strong performance from that 18 team so far. And there are 4 to go now. Byron leads only by 0.2 over Alex Bowman, so Alex Bowman will probably be able to have a shot at taking this lead before this stage is over. But Byron's in the lead by just a car length over his teammate Alex Bowman as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Byron's running that low line. Alex Bowman about at 1 groove up. And now off turn 4, he's going to make a move to the inside of the 24 down the front straightaway. Byron has the advantage at the stripe, but now Bowman out front as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Now Byron on the outside, Bowman on the inside. And now Bowman's clear by a couple car lengths off turn 2. Alex Bowman to the lead with 3 to go in stage 1. Now Ross Chastain's hunting down Chase Elliott, and he's on the bumper of the 9 car going down into turns 3 and 4. And he's going to have that run off the high side. He's going to look to maybe cross over the 9 down the front straightaway. He makes a move to the inside at the stripe. He's to his inside. And looks like Chastain's going to pull off almost the same move that Bowman pulled off on Byron. But Elliott may look to cross over the 1. He's not going to have the run, though. And Chastain moves up to 3rd. Elliott drops back to 4th place. And now they're coming to 1 to go in the stage, and Alex Bowman is pulled away by half a second over his HMS teammate. Alex Bowman looking really strong early on at Las Vegas. I almost had Fontana there for a second. Kyle Busch fighting with that 14 car for 8th place, and Elliott going backwards here. Hamlin makes a move to the inside of the 9 through turns 1 and 2, but he's not clear of him off corner exit. Now the 9 will have the run down the back straightaway. Can the 11 stay his inside in turns 3 and 4? Yes, he can. Elliott up the track a bit on the entry of turns 3 and 4, but he may have that run off corner exit. The 11's going to try and slide up and block the run from the 9. If only the Fox camera would show it. The 9's going to try and cross him over, but the 11's going to hold on to the spot. And your top 10 at the end of the stage is Bowman gets the stage win over Byron, Chastain, Elliott, Hamlin, Elliott, your top 5. Then Larson, Blaney, Briscoe, Kyle Busch, and Christopher Bell picks up that last stage point. The guys who tried that those guys who tried to not pit with that caution with the restart with 12 to go, the one that finished the highest out of any of them. Kurt Busch, 28th, Corey LaJoie, 29th, Cole Custer, 31st. So those guys from the lead to the last cars on the lead lap in like 10 laps. So yeah, that did not work out for them at all. That really did not work. Oh my God. We got the bots. We've got the bots again. My goodness. Yeah, I'd say so far that first stage was entertaining. We had a lot of back and forth for the lead. I'd say overall I'd give that rating for that stage out of 10. I'd probably rate that an 8 or so out of an 8 out of 10. That first stage really kept the back and forth racing alive. I'd say the only negative thing about that is we really didn't see any big green flag passes for the lead other than Bowman getting by Byron there at the end of that stage. But my takeaways would be that the Chevrolets are strong once again. The HMS cars are definitely strong, as all 4 of them finished in the top 6 of stage 1. And yeah, I think we're going to see quite a few spins throughout this race just because these new cars are hard to handle. We saw, how many cautions did we see in the first stage? We saw 4 cautions for spins in stage 1. But yeah, still no big incidents. And also, this week, the tires are not going down as easily when they spin, so that's a good sign. I don't know if they made any adjustment to that or not. Well, I'm not sure, but at least it doesn't seem to be as big of an issue this weekend, flat tires. So I'm going to cut this poll here at the end of stage 1. And we'll put up another poll if you guys want to put in the chat what should the next poll be. You can go ahead and do that. Try not to breathe into the microphone so badly. So Chase Briscoe and Kyle Busch are really getting into the end of the stage. And the 18 actually kind of got into the quarter panel of the 14 a bit. It was really roughing him up there a little bit. Yeah, that Briscoe, I mean, I think that's just hard racing. Briscoe may be a little bit upset about that, but that was just hard racing. He did get into the bumper of the 14 a bit after the stage ended, but I don't know. Well, it wasn't quite like Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon's crash at the end of stage 2 at Michigan last year, so I really feel like you can't say too much about it. I mean, something to keep tabs on, I guess. Brad Keselowski goes with a 2-tire strategy, and that's going to put him into the lead. Brad Keselowski with a 2-tire strategy there under that pit stops. That's pretty bold. But yeah, no, so Larson lost some spots under that cycle of pit stops. I mean, Larson has had, his pit crew has not shown up at all today. I mean, they have been losing spots non-stop so far. But we're going to look at the leaderboard now here once again, see which guys picked up the most strategy. But Michael McDowell also stayed out. Now, I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. We'll have to see if he comes down this time. McDowell is staying out. Now, this is a bold strategy by Michael to stay out here. We just saw what happened with the other cars when they did not pit, and they went to the back of the field immediately. But now Michael McDowell staying out. Brad Keselowski also took 2 tires, so I'm anticipating the 34 and the 6 will probably get shuffled out pretty quickly. But then you got Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, and Ross Chastain. So Alex Bowman lost 2 spots, actually 3 on the race off pit road. Denny Hamlin picked up 3. Yeah, Kyle Busch picked up 4. Larson lost like 3 or 4. So yeah, that's not a great thing to see. If Larson's picker has lost him positions on every pit stop so far today. So they're not really performing at the level that they probably should be. And I think every car may be on the lead lap with how many cautions we've been getting, and that allowing for so many lucky dogs. Which is pretty crazy for every car to still be on the lead lap at 1.5 miles after one stage. Yeah, Larson pit crew must know they're getting paid today or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised they're not doing as good as they were. I mean, I do have to say, last year, I do feel his pit crew was not overly amazing. I mean, they did really clutch up, though, when they needed to and win him the championship. Like, his pit crew won him the championship last year at Phoenix. Like, that's literally, he would not have been the champion last year if it wasn't for his pit crew at the end of that. But I appreciate the couple hundred of you guys who tuned in throughout the day today. Up to 13 likes. I appreciate it. If we get a couple more. We have stage 1 complete here at Las Vegas. Yeah, so the stages today are 85, 85, and I'm trying to do the math. That would make it 170, so that means the last stage is about 100 laps. So I feel like the one thing I wish the Cup Series stages were like, I feel like they are more so 25, 25, 50. Because I feel like the majority of the stages now in the Cup Series are like 30, 30, 40, like nearly all the same, or like 33, 33, 33. So in terms of the percentage where the laps are split. So I just wish they're a bit more, like the final stage is longer, basically. Appreciate a couple of you guys who have subscribed to the channel for the first time today. Also appreciate all 20 of you guys who are tuned in right now. It's the new peak for today. Honestly, if the first stage is any indicator of how this whole race is supposed to go, I am pretty pumped up because we saw a lot of great action on the restarts and honestly a lot of passing once the run ran on. And we really saw the groove widen out quite a bit. We saw guys on the low line, guys towards the wall. It's nice that we're getting some 3-wide action here and there. So they're just looking at right now, Briscoe and Kyle Busch are kind of getting into it after the end of stage 1. Kyle Busch was all over the bumper of the 14 after the flag was out. I don't know. I think Kyle Busch is getting a bit over aggressive here. I think he's got to keep it cool. He may be a bit frustrated with them having to go to a backup car, and he's had to go to the rear of the field already once in this race. But the pace car's pulled off. You got Michael McDowell on the outside, Keselowski on the inside, and then fresh tires behind him. Here they come through the Geico restart zone. Elliott with a great push to the 34. That's going to allow the 34 to have the edge as they go down into turns 1 and 2. But those old tires, how long can they hang on? The 9 continues to push the 34, but that really checked them up. Now the 1 goes to the inside of the 9, and the 6 looking to take the lead from the 34 off turn 2. He clears up in front of the 34, but he has to cut back down to block the 11. The 1 with the push to the 34 and the 6 side by side through turns 3 and 4. Elliott's drop back to 6th place. Third car on the outside line. Briscoe 3 wide with Kyle Busch and Byron off turn 4. Keselowski may lead it by an inch at the lap, and then McDowell's high, but Chastain goes to the inside of McDowell. Now they're 3 wide for second place. Chastain, Hamlin, and McDowell. Chastain has a slight advantage. McDowell's still there on his outside, though. They're still 3 wide for second place down the back straightaway. McDowell has the run. He's got a bit of a push from Elliott. And turns 3 and 4. Can the 34 hold on those old tires? I don't think it's going to stick for him this time. But now it's Hamlin up to second place. Chastain and Bowman are now side by side for third down the front straightaway. But it's Keselowski, Hamlin, Bowman, Elliott, Chastain, Elliott, your top 5. A couple laps after that restart. Oh, and Briscoe gets checked up by the 34 McDowell on the outside line. Briscoe loses a spot or 2 from that. Now Larson working his way back up through that field after a poor pit stop there from his crew. Up into the bottom, up into 10th place. Hamlin's catching up to the bumper of that 6 car. That 6 car only took 2 tires under that last restart. So you know he's not going to have quite that same pace. And then you got Hamlin making a move on the 6 in turns 3 and 4. He's on the outside of the 6 car. Will he get the lead? He's going to get that lead off turn 4. Those fresh tires give him the big advantage there. Now you got Bowman to the inside of the 6 car in turns 1 and 2. Bowman looking to take over second place. Keselowski. And he's going to have that advantage into turns 3 and 4. He's going to get the pass done now. Chastain looking to follow through and move up to third. Chastain's had a solid run today. He's been in the top 5 almost the whole race. Oh, 34 up the track. The 14's into the 99. Oh, and a hard crash for Daniel Suarez. After a great run last week at Auto Club, Suarez head on into the outside wall. McNow, it looks like, slid up and blocked the 14, and the 14 had to get out of the gas. It got loose, got down into the side of the 99, and hooked the 99 into the outside wall. Kind of similar to the crash involving Ben Rhodes and Ty Majeski in the Truck Series race on Friday night, if you watch that. So 34 on old tires, off turn 4, slides up. He gets loose, actually, kind of from Eric Jones, and the 14 tries to avoid the 34 coming up the track. He gets way out of the gas, comes down, he gets loose, gets into the right rear of the 99, and the 99 gets hooked head on into the outside wall. That thing was toasted. Yeah, Kyle Busch having a really solid comeback in this race. I mean, that backup car is not just a backup. Like, that car is like it was not set up for this race at all. You know, they were working on that thing all night to get it tuned up for the race today. So it's honestly pretty impressive that he's running up in 8th place right now. But yeah, so the 43 kind of shoves the 34 up the track. On the gas, he comes down and just bangs that 99. The 99 just goes head on. And Suarez is down to this one. He's the first today. pretty hard impact. But yeah, this next gen, it definitely takes a hit a lot better than the Gen 6. Like, if that was a Gen 6 car, that car would have looked demolished. Whereas this car, I mean, the front end's hurt pretty bad, but definitely not as bad as it could be. But Briscoe got held up by the 34 quite a few times on that restart, so you know he's not very happy with the 34 right now. And the 14 got a decent amount of left side damage, but he should be okay. But now Hamlin's to the lead after that. And your running orders: Hamlin, Bowman, Chastain, Keselowski, Byron, your top 5. So Keselowski, the 2-tire strategy working out for him so far, but I think this restart's probably going to hurt him now. Because he had that track position, but this restart's going to take away some of that track position that he had. And then it'll be Elliott, Blaney, McDowell, but McDowell just pitted, so it's Elliott, Blaney, Busch, Larson, and Harvick, your top 10. I feel like this leaderboard is a bit delayed for some reason. Yeah, Eric Almirola, Austin Dillon, Michael McDowell, Chase Briscoe, and Corey LaJoie pit with others. Don't care what anyone says, but just looking at stats, Kyle is going to go down as one of the GOATs. So Kyle Busch is definitely a top 10 driver all time, I think, or he definitely will be by the end of his career. And I think Kyle Busch will continue to have an impact in this sport as an owner of Kyle Busch Motorsports in the Truck Series. And I mean, he may even take over. This may sound a bit out there, but maybe we'll see Kyle Busch take over Joe Gibbs Racing once, Joe Gibbs, he's getting up there. And I don't know, you probably could see in about 10 years from now, Kyle Busch will be retired. He'll have spent over a decade running a Truck Series team. And, he was a very successful driver for Joe Gibbs Racing. Maybe he'll take over the ownership role of Joe Gibbs. Or not. I have no idea. That's just speculation. Well, if you're saying he's a top 5 all time, he'd be like 5, I'd say. Because you're going to have... One is obviously Chase Elliott. No, but one, you're going to have because you have to have those 3-7 times. So you have Petty. You have Petty, Earnhardt, and Johnson. And then you're probably going to have Gordon in that 4th spot. And then it's you got David Pearson's also in that mix. And so then, I feel like Kyle Busch is definitely... I would probably have him around 7th or 8th. If he were to win another championship or 2 before his career's over, I feel like that would make him more so top 5, 5th or so, right around there. Maybe 4th. Probably not, yeah, probably 5th. So guys, so I will be I'll be live. I actually can't promise you when I'm going to be live next week. It depends. I've got work. So I was able to do both races this weekend, but not sure if I'll be able to do that again next weekend. Appreciate all 25 of you guys tuned in right now. Can we got 14 likes. Can we get up to 20? I'd really appreciate it. Let's create a poll. Here we'll do who wins this race. A new who wins poll. We'll say Bowman because he won stage 1. We'll say Larson because he's not been in the top 5 a lot this race, but he won last year. We haven't really been able to see a lot of what he can do. He's been in the top 10 the whole time. I feel like we'll put Hamlin as an option, and then we'll say the field. We'll say the field, and so you can take one of those 3 or the field. Or there you go. Up to 15 likes. I appreciate it. So now it's going to be Hamlin on the inside, Bowman on the outside, Chastain pushing Hamlin, and Keselowski pushing, Chastain pushing Bowman, Keselowski pushing Hamlin. Oh my gosh, I just messed that up again. Chastain pushing Hamlin, Keselowski pushing Bowman. Here they come through the Geico restart zone. They go. I assume that inside line will have the advantage because Keselowski's only got 2 tires. Here they go. And like I said, Keselowski not with a great restart there, but Chastain with a great push to the 11. Will he try and take it 3 wide in turns 1 and 2? No, he's not gonna, but Kyle Busch goes to the outside. He makes it 3 wide on the outside. Oh, the 12 has to get out of the gas big time. That checks up that inside. Huge. They're 3 wide off turn 4. Back in the midfield, but Hamlin, Chastain are clear. And then it's Bowman and Byron side by side for 2nd place. Keselowski's tucked down into 5th. And then Elliott, Larson, Kyle Busch side by 3 wide for 3rd. Elliott has to get out of the gas. That causes Larson to check up a bit too. Now Blaney's able to make a move to the inside of the 9 and the 5. And the 19's coming with a big run to the bumper of the 5 car on the outside. The 6 car slides up the track big time in turns 1 and 2. Kyle Busch goes to the inside of the 6. The 6 now blocks the 5 hard. That's really going to kill the momentum of Kyle Larson. Eric Jones is coming with a big run. Eric Jones comes from the top to the bottom. He makes it 4 wide for a second. He has to get out of the gas there. That Jones boy with a huge run. Now he's inside of 3 wide with Blaney and Larson. Now Larson's got that run off the high side. He's going to clear those guys who are battling 2 wide now. He's up to 8th. Keselowski is still able to hold on with 2 tires. But Hamlin still leads over Chastain, Byron, Kyle Busch, and Bowman, your top 5. But now Hamlin... now Keselowski's gotten passed by both Truex and Larson makes a move to the inside of Truex down into turns 1 and 2. That's the battle for 6th place. Larson's going to try and slide up in front of that 19. He's not quite able to off corner exit. Chastain's now catching up to Hamlin. Right now, that 1 car is looking really strong today. Right now, it's 2 different tails for Trackhouse today. Suarez out of this race already, the first DNF. And then you got Chastain, who's been up at the top 5 almost the whole day and now looking to take the lead from Hamlin here soon. Oh yeah, so it's Hamlin up by half a second over Chastain. Now Truex has gotten back by Larson. It's just so much a race of momentum. I think Larson has a solid car today, similar to Auto Club, but right now he just does not have race-winning pace. Now Byron to the inside of Chastain, or he takes a peek, not quite able to get to his inside in turns 1 and 2. Chastain had a bit of a bobble. Oh no, Harvick and Elliott going at it. Those 2 guys together is not a good recipe. Oh, we've got a spinner, though. And was that... Oh, that's the 6 of Keselowski. He was on 2 tires. That may have hurt the handling of that car. I don't know if he got help. He looks like somebody got into him after he spun. We'll have to see a replay here. I think somebody may have gotten into that 6 car after he spun. He looks like he has some damage. Yep. Oh, Blaney. Blaney, ton of damage. He got into the side of that 6 car. That's who. And the 6 car's trying to get fired up, but he's got every tire's flat on it. Oh, he's got it rolling, though. He's got it rolling. Every tire's flat on that 6 car, but it's rolling. And the 6 was running that inside line, and yeah, he just loses it. And the 12 has nowhere to go. The 6 just slides up in front of the 12, and the 12 just cannot do anything in that situation. And the 12 definitely got the worst end of that. The 6 he actually may pop the apron just a bit. In the middle of turns 3 and 4, he just slides up, tries to hang on to it, makes slight contact with that outside wall, and then the 12 just hits that right rear of the car. And the 6 isn't too badly damaged, but yeah, that 12, he may be done for the day. Or he's definitely not going to be competitive after that. The 6 is trying to get into his pit stall. But yeah, so now it's Hamlin, Chastain, Byron, Kyle Busch, Bowman, Truex, Jones, Bell, Harvick, your top 10. And yeah, Blaney's taking it to the garage, so that is 2 cars out of it today. Blaney, who was he finished second here last year. He was definitely one of the hot picks for today, and he's done for the day. It looks like Briscoe also got quite a bit of damage from somebody, but maybe that's just damage he got from the last accident he had with Suarez. I'm not sure. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know why these bots are so annoying in the chat. Yeah, Kyle is really working. Both Kyles are working their way through the field. Also, the poll. We got 1 vote for Bowman and 3 votes for the field. So, I guess Larson and Hamlin are not that intriguing of options. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Up to 30 viewers right now. And 17 likes. I appreciate it, guys. Can we get up to 20? Let's go racing. There's no free pass because, like I was saying, we're getting so many cautions and so many short runs. There's nobody who's a lap down. Now, I think Keselowski probably will lose a lap now after having to repair that car. And now we're going to see, is anybody going to stay out? Your first 3 cars come down. Kyle Busch stays out. And everybody's going down. Kyle Busch, it looks like he's the only car to stay out. Austin Dillon's going to stay out. Austin Dillon did pit under that last caution, though. I assume you'll probably see some other guys stay out also who pitted under that last caution. There were a handful. We'll see here in a second which cars join Kyle Busch and staying out. At least 2 cars stayed out. It looks like Greg Biffle may have stayed out, if I'm not mistaken. That's a cool strategy. Or maybe they're just going an extra lap, so that way they don't have to go down pit road when it's so busy. Briscoe wins the race off pit road. So does Almirola, but they take no tires. And Hamlin, Chastain, and Byron lose 2. But, I mean, they had the guys in front of them take no tires, so not really lose 2 tires. So you're going to have quite a few cars towards the front who did not pit or did not get tires when they pitted. So that'll make things interesting when we see the guys on fresh tires try and pick their way through them. And fresh tires definitely make a difference, but these guys may only have about 10 or so laps on their tires. And when they have less than 10 to 15, there's not a huge difference between them. Like, they're able to launch they launch okay. They have decent pace. If you could hit the like twice, you would. I appreciate it, Alan. I appreciate it. Up to 18 likes. Appreciate it. Over 500 of you guys have tuned in at some point today, so that's cool. Almost to 20 likes. The goal was 44 for Greg Biffle, but not sure if that'll stay the case. So Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Greg Biffle, BJ McLeod, and Garrett Smithley stayed out. But I assume BJ and Garrett are going to come down after that second lap, and probably Greg Biffle. But it looks like here, Greg Biffle stays out. So it's Kyle Busch, Greg Biffle, Austin Dillon, your top 3. They did not pit. And then Chase Briscoe and Eric Almirola, which make your top 5, did not pit for gas. Or did not pit for tires. So basically your top 5 are all in older tires. And then Hamlin, Chastain, Byron, Larson, Bell all pitted for tires and fuel. Yeah, we've had 7 cautions already in this thing. This race just keeps on going on and on. All Larson doing is passing cars yet. He doesn't have pace to win the race. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying, is he doesn't have that race win pace. But then again, last week at Fontana, Larson definitely did not have the race win pace. But with those restarts at the end, he was able to get up towards the front and end up taking the win. So a lot can happen, that's for sure. It's a lot about being in the right place at the right time. Come on, guys, help this kid out and hit the like button. You know, you gotta love his passion. You know, I gotta love your passion, Alan, for having passion for my passion. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it. And we're up to 20 likes, at least on my screen, so I appreciate it, guys. Up to 20 for Christopher Bell, your pole sitter. But yeah, right now, Larson's pit crew, that was his first big stop of the day. Today, that spot there, he broke even, but he technically gained like 2 spots because 2 of those cars did not pit for tires. So everybody lost 2 spots. But he broke even because they picked up 2 spots on the guys who pitted for tires, if that makes sense. But still, on every other stop, he's lost 2 to 4 spots. So now we're up to 22. How about that? We have you guys want to put in the chat who your pick is to win so far that poll. Now it's even down a bit. Now it's even actually in terms of 36% for Hamlin, 36% for the field, and then 14% each for Bowman and Larson. So I think that's like 2 votes for Bowman, 2 votes for Larson, 4 votes or 5 votes for Hamlin, and 5 votes for the field. So yeah, now it's Greg Biffle did pit, so now we only have 2 rows of cars on old tires, and it's Kyle Busch on the outside, Austin Dillon on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. No, Kyle Busch on the inside, Austin Dillon on the outside. Then you got Almirola on the bumper of the 18 and Briscoe on the bumper of the 3. Here they go through the Geico restart zone. Kyle Busch with a solid launch. Briscoe doesn't have a good launch on the outside line. He's going to check up that outside a bit. Logano makes a big move to the inside of Bubba, back in the pack. Oh, but he has to get out of the gas. They're 4 wide for a second. And Austin Dillon's going back in a hurry. He had to get on the throttle big time off turn 2. He's all the way back to like 10th place, really checking up that outside line. Larson up to 5th place as a result. He's looking to maybe go 3 wide to the outside of Chastain. Is he going to get there? Oh, not quite, but Kyle Busch leads. Then it's Almirola and Chastain side by side. Then you got Hamlin and Byron and Elliott all up in this squabble for 2nd through 6th place. Oh, Almirola has to check up a bit. That's going to hold up those guys on the inside line. Now Larson makes a move to the outside of Almirola. Larson's up to 3rd. Elliott's falling through on that outside. Almirola's dropped back to 5th place now. Now Larson looking to the inside of Chastain through turns 3 and 4. This is for 2nd place. Oh boy, Chastain gets that run off that high side, but they're side by side still as they dive down into turns 1 and 2. Chastain may get held up by Kyle Busch a bit here. Kyle Busch is on old tires compared to both these other 2 battling for 2nd place. Larson's to the inside of Chastain. He's kind of using Kyle Busch as a pick down the back straightaway. Oh, now Kyle Busch goes low. That's going to hold up Larson, and that's going to allow Chastain to have a big run on that outside line. And Elliott and Hamlin are going to catch up to these 2 since they keep battling side by side, and they're held up by Kyle Busch on slower tires. Now Elliott coming to the bumper of his teammate Larson. We know these guys had some contact last week. They won't be willing to give an inch to each other. Larson clears Elliott, though, off corner exit. Elliott tried to make a dive bomb in there, but it did not stick. Chastain to the inside of Kyle Busch in turns 1 and 2, and he's going to take that lead. Kyle Larson trying to follow through on that pass. Kyle Larson's up to 2nd, and Chastain's to the lead. Now Chastain out front. How about that? Ross Chastain's your leader at Las Vegas with 50 to go in stage 2. Behind him, he's got Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch, who's drifting backwards. Denny Hamlin makes a move to the inside of Kyle Busch off turn 2. That's for 3rd place. And now Denny Hamlin makes a move to the inside in turns 3 and 4, and he's going to get that pass done on the 18. Now the 18 is going to start to lose more and more spots as those old tires are just going to catch up to him over the next 5 to 10 laps. Whoa, okay, bud. Anyways, whoa, Larson gets up the track big time, and he has to get out of the gas. Huge. He really got into the wall there, but that's huge. He lost 5 spots or more on that. He's probably going to lose 7 or 8. And that really hurts Larson's momentum there. He had just gotten up towards the front of the field for the first time today. And yeah, this just does not seem to be Larson's day here at Vegas like it was last year. He was making a move on Chastain to the inside, and he just got loose big time. He nearly got into the wall there. Now he's going to have to start regathering himself and work his way back up. Now he goes to the outside of his teammate Byron, and he gets by Byron for 5th place. Now he'll set his eyes on Alex Bowman, who's in 4th. But Chastain still leads by half a second over Denny Hamlin. We're seeing a lot of parity with this next-gen car. Last week it was Tyler Reddick and Eric Jones who were the newcomers at the front. And this week it's Ross Chastain who's been up at the front a lot today. Alex Bowman tries to cross over Kyle Busch. And he's going to get it done down the front straightaway. Kyle Busch, those old tires, starting to balance out with some of these other guys now that they've run about 5 to 10 laps under green. Now Kyle Busch, going to be under attack from Kyle Larson in turns 3 and 4. It's the Kyle and Kyle show off turn 4 at Las Vegas. Larson's trying to side draft the 18 down the front straightaway just a bit, setting up the pass for turns 1 and 2. And he's going to get it done here. Now Byron and Truex will be the next cars to try and have at it with Kyle Busch. So yeah, Larson's just having to regather himself after losing control of his car a couple laps ago when he tried to make a pass for the lead on the inside of Ross Chastain. Chastain now growing that lead over Denny Hamlin, actually slowly but surely. It's up to 8/10, and then it's another 8/10 back to Alex Bowman, and another 8/10 back to Kyle Larson. Right now, your top 10 are Chastain, Hamlin, Bowman, Larson, Kyle Busch, Truex, Byron, Bell, Elliott, Harvick. Truex gets by Kyle Busch for 5th place, though, as we speak, off turn 4. But now Kyle Busch has got that run down the front straightaway. He's not going to be able to do anything with it. 35 cars still in this race. 34 cars still on the lead lap. Keselowski's lost 2 laps when he got involved in that incident where he spun off turn 4, where he took out Ryan Blaney. Now Byron working to the inside of Kyle Busch in turns 3 and 4. Right now, Kyle Busch is just a bit of a sitting duck on those older tires. They will start to equal out with these other guys, though. He tries to cross over Byron down the front straightaway. He's got the advantage for the time being, but that's probably going to go away here soon. Christopher Bell now entering this battle for 6th place. He's on that high side. He'll have a big run down the back straightaway. Will he try and make it 3 wide? No, he's just going to give the push to the 24, and that's actually a smart decision as both of them are able to clear the 18. And Ross Chastain still staying out front in command. So we're approaching the halfway point in stage 2. Last time by, though, Denny Hamlin was 1/10 quicker than your leader, Ross Chastain. Bowman ran but just a little bit faster, a couple hundredths faster than Chastain. And Larson ran 2/10 faster than Chastain. And Christopher Bell ran the fastest time on the track at 31.52. I believe, yeah, that's the fastest time on the track last time by. Larson ran only 1,000 slower. We'll wait for the next lap times to come in. Yeah, some guys having solid runs today. Chastain, obviously, as he's out front right now. And then you got Eric Jones 12th, Bubba Wallace in 14th, Todd Gilliland up in 17th. Solid run for that team. Corey LaJoie up in 20th. Good to see Spire in the top 20. Now Hamlin's really caught up to Chastain. He's right on the bumper of the car through turns 1 and 2. Last time by, Hamlin was 1/10 faster than Chastain. And Larson ran about the same time as Hamlin, and Bell ran 0.2 faster than just about anybody else on the track. Him and Truex ran pretty similar lap times. A lot of these lap times just kind of depend on if you're battling somebody else. And right now Truex is actually trying. Truex is trying to get by Christopher Bell, or no, Christopher Bell's getting by Truex. Wasn't quite sure who was making the progress and who was falling backwards, but Christopher Bell now is up to 5th place. The next car in front of him is Alex Bowman. Also, Larson has gotten by Alex Bowman. Larson's up to 3rd. Chastain's still holding off Hamlin, but last time by, Larson ran the fastest time on the track in 3rd place. He was 1/10.5 quicker than the leader. Less than 40 to go in stage 2 as we come back from that. And Hamlin's trying to work a bit of a higher line to get some clean air on that nose and try and build up a run to get to that bumper of the one car. Okay, wow, this leaderboard is definitely ahead of the broadcast. My goodness. Like, I'm just seeing Larson get by Bowman right now. And it says on here, what's it? It says 128 laps complete, and they're on lap 129. So they're about, the ticker on the NASCAR website's about a lap ahead of what I'm seeing. Oh, Bell, I think, got into the wall a bit, or he got really close and kicked up some dust. He was running high there. Saw some dust go up in the air. I don't know if he got in the wall or not, but he got really close there. That's going to allow Truex to make a move to the inside of Bell in turns 3 and 4. It's not going to quite stick that time, though. Brian Roseberry, go 5. Appreciate everybody tuning in. But it's Chastain by half a second over Hamlin, and then a second back from Hamlin to Larson. Now Bell looks like he's going to be able to hold off this charge from Truex for now, and now he'll be looking to set his sights on Alex Bowman, who's about a second ahead of him. And now, as this green flag run has really started to go on, we're starting to catch the tail end of the pack. Starting to put some guys a lap down. That's like the first time today, because we've had so many cautions. But that's going to bring in lap traffic as a new factor in the battle for the lead, in the battle for some of the positions towards the front. Can you use a car as a pick, as a tool to get up some track position? Hamlin is catching up to Chastain now. It's just a matter of if he can get the pass complete. Also, he doesn't want to take too long and allow Kyle Larson to catch up to him. .35 to go still in stage 2. If we don't get a caution, I think that it's going to come down to either Chastain, Hamlin, or Larson will be your stage winner. Those 3 guys are definitely showing the fastest pace towards the front. Christopher Bell also is running some of the fastest lap times. I just don't think he's got enough time to make up 2.5 seconds. He did just get by Alex Bowman, though, off turn 2. And Christopher Bell is up to 4th place. So Kyle Busch is really in a pickle here if we don't get a caution. Kyle Busch is 9 laps short on fuel in terms of making it to the end of stage 2 since he pulled some strategy. That did get him some track position, but if we don't get another caution, it may be a tough day for Kyle Busch if he has to make a green flag pit stop here before the end of the stage. Chastain still holding on. He's actually growing that lead out over Hamlin and Larson. Now that he's got some green track in front of him, he just ran one of the fastest times on the track. Oh, wait, we got a caution. Also, Alan C. Crow, you're just a slight bit ahead of what I'm seeing. So just don't, if we get a caution, just wait for it to happen. And there we go. Austin Cindric goes around. And Harrison Burton may have gotten involved in another one. Oh, Chase Briscoe's also around. He may have spun in avoidance, or maybe Cindric spun in avoidance of Briscoe. Doesn't look like either car got very heavy damage. Maybe just the slightest scrapes and some flat tires, but well, that's the answer to Kyle Busch's prayers right there. And are we going to see some more strategy pulled here? The bots, they're like, we shall never stop. Yeah, we see Briscoe spin, and then we see there may have been fluid put down on the track, because you see Briscoe spin, and then Cindric spin, and then just everybody's spinning. Briscoe actually did get some decent contact with the wall, but that car is already pretty beat up. So yeah, no, hopefully Larson's pit crew does not send him back in the pack like they have on just every other pit stop so far today. And here they come down pit road. It looks like just about everybody's coming in, but there are about 5 or 6 cars that are staying out. Dude, I'm going to have to get like a moderator or something for the chat to get these bots out of here, man. So Hamlin has a mistake on pit road. That cost him a ton of track position. And Larson, his pit crew clutches up and he goes to the lead. But yeah, let's look here. Hamlin. So you know, they got the pit guns and they're putting the tires on, and the tire gets snagged underneath the car, and that cost him all his track position. But yeah, Larson just beats Chastain off pit road by an inch. But that really cost a ton of track position for Hamlin. That's going to cost him any shot at getting a stage win here. We're going to see here in a second if any cars did stay out. There were like 5 or so cars that were still out there on the track, but they may have been cars that were lapped down. Not totally sure. Hopefully Larson's crew doesn't. Yeah, I already read that comment. But yeah, I appreciate you guys who are watching in. We're up to almost 600 viewers. How about that? Send Larson's hit crew a case of Red Bull. Yeah, don't worry about the bots, buddy. They wouldn't be here if you weren't doing something right. Yeah. Send Larson's crew a case of Red Bull. Yeah. I don't know. They're going to have to get one from, maybe they can get one from Latifi, if you know what I mean. I don't know, guys. I may try and do an F1 stream, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not certain if I will try that out or not. Since those races are so early in the morning. And also, I don't know, maybe an IndyCar race here or there, we'll see. Really just depends on if I'm able to fit it in the schedule. So yeah, now your leaderboard after that. So nobody did stay out. It looked like somebody did, but in Chastain, Bell, Elliott, Kyle Busch, your top 5. Then Truex, Harvick, Reddick, Bubba, and Byron, your top 10. So Bubba's been able to work his way up into the top 10, making up track position under green and on pit road. Solid effort from that team so far. Bowman, Logano, Stenhouse, Dillon, McDowell, Almirola, Gilliland, Hamlin. Hamlin dropped from the lead all the way back to 19th. That's tough. And Harrison Burton round out your top 20. Still 31 cars on the lead lap. Cedric, Keselowski, both, and Garrett Sifley are all 1 lap down apiece, and then Briscoe's 3 laps down. And then you got Blaney and Suarez who are out of this race. Well, we'll get restarted with about 20. We'll get restarted with 26 to go in stage 2. So we're probably going to see another couple cautions, a couple other restarts, some more chaos before this one's over. So we'll see who's able to pull out the stage 2 victory. Will Alex Bowman be able to go back to back and sweep the stages today? Does not quite look like it since he's running. He's dropped. Wait, where is Bowman running right now? What happened to Bowman? I think he's... Oh, wait, yeah. He's all the way back in 30th. Oh, they're showing a replay under that pit stop. Hamlin had an issue, but so did Bowman. And similar to Brad Keselowski, I believe, early in the race, or no, Martin Truex Jr. had a tire get away from him, and Bowman has a tire get away from that team. You rarely see two penalties for that. Rarely see that penalty twice in one weekend. But here they go through the guy who restarts zone. Larson on the inside, Elliott on the outside. Chastain pushing Larson. Kyle Busch pushing Elliott. 26 to go in stage 2. Elliott and Larson still dead even going down into turns 1. It looks like Larson has a slight advantage. Chastain giving a great push to that 5 car. That 1 and the 5 slide up the track a bit. They're going to slide up and clear the 9 car. Now the 20 will have a run to the inside of the 9. And the 1 maybe down the back straightaway, but the 5 is clear of them. It's Larson and Chastain who are clear for first and second, and then Bell and Elliott side by side for third place. Bell's going to slide up in front of Elliott for third. Harvick to the inside of Kyle Busch for fourth down the front straightaway. Kyle Busch prevails for that position for now. And Reddick's running the highest line of anybody towards the front of the field. He's trying to pick up spots in any which way he can, but Bell's going to the inside of Chastain down the back straightaway. Bell was the fastest car on the track towards the end of that last run. Bell won the pole for this race. He's trying to get to the lead. He led 30 laps early on, and then he got shuffled back in the field. Can he get back out front and win stage 2? Chastain's fighting hard on that outside line, and with these guys going side by side, side drafting each other, it's allowing Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch to catch up to him. And oh, Christopher Bell gets sideways, and he has to hold on to it. Oh, and he's around in front of the field. Is anybody going to hit him? And he holds on to it. Oh, but the 21 spins in avoidance, but he doesn't get into it with anybody else. Man, that was close. That was like when Kyle Larson had that huge bobble and he tried to pass Chastain. Man, Bell, he darted up the track, and I thought he had it saved. But then he ends up just spinning it. And, yeah, he's able to hold on to it there. But, oh, Bell's got a lot of flat tires on that thing, though. And that thing is crab walking for sure. It's bouncing up and down. That's got to be hurting. That 20 car at the flat tires. They got to figure out this flat tire issue. Because when these cars get flat tires and they're trying to work their way back to pit road, I mean, these things are crab walking with a capital C. I mean, he's literally bouncing up and down like he's driving on a trampoline or something. I feel bad for him in that cockpit right now, but you got to do what you got to do to stay on the lead lap. Yeah, you just got to worry that he's like going to do damage to the car. Oh, that rear tire's flat, and it's starting to tear up some of that right rear fender. Oh, it's really coming up, but it's really not tearing up that right rear corner panel too much yet. I'm actually pretty surprised. If this was the Gen 6, that right rear quarter panel would be shredded to bits right now. But that tire's flapping up everywhere, and the corner panel's holding together all right. But here, we'll look at a replay. Bell dives it in on Chastain in turns 1 and 2, and he just barely saves it from going into the wall, but then he ends up spinning, and the field does a good job at avoiding him. But then it looks like Burton maybe got clipped from somebody behind, and that sent him around. But yeah, Chastain also did a good job at getting out of the gas of it there. He almost ran into the back of the 20 when he came up the track. Well, this will set us up for another restart, and you got Larson, Elliott, Chastain, Kyle Busch, Truex, your top 5. Then Harvick has worked his way up to 6th under that last restart. Then Byron, Bubba, Reddick, and Logano, your top 10. Then Stenhouse, Custer, McDowell, Hamlin, Dillon, Almirola, Gilliland, Buescher, Dillon, Kurt Buescher, top 20. And Alex Bowman has worked his way up to 26th after starting towards the end of the field because of that penalty. Oh, they're trying to get that 20 car off the ground. They're trying to get that 20 car off the ground, and it looks like they might just be able to, but he may be stuck. They can't get that 20 car on the jack. They may lose a lap because of that there, and that's going to really hurt Christopher Bell's chances today. We still got a lot of time left, but they can knock at the jack under that car. It was sitting on the ground, and I think he's going to lose a lap. I'm not certain yet. They're just changing the tires as fast as they can. Now they got to go change the right sides. Here comes Eric Jones down pit road. Oh, they popped the hood up on that car, so maybe he's having some mechanical gremlins. We'll figure out here in a second if the 20 car lost a lap or not. Yes, he did lose a lap. So now that puts Bell a lap down. He was one of the fastest cars on to be able to battle back from this adversity and get to the lead. He led the first 30 laps of this race. He's been trying to get back to the front ever since that point. And as soon as he got up to second place, spun after pushing the limit a bit too hard. Do it to it. You love F1, says Brian. I love F1. I love F1. I really enjoy F1. I do think the races are more entertaining than NASCAR. But I do like the cars look sweet in F1, like all that jazz. And I just started following last year, so I really don't have a ton of knowledge about the sport. Brian Roseberry, number 5, get him, Kyle. Marcos De Monte, hi, where's my boy Jones? Go 43. Jones was actually having a solid run. He had just gotten up towards the top 10, but they just had the hood up on that car, and I think he's still on the lead lap, but he'll be at the end of the lead lap cars when they restart here. So got some time to maybe work his way, get some stage points, and he definitely has a strong car. But if he has mechanical issues, that'll probably take him out of this race. Hit the like button, people. Yes, Alan, hit the like button. Any F1 fans, what's your big prediction for 2022 with F1? What's your crazy prediction? What's going to happen? And are you Team Max? Are you Team Lewis? Or who's your team? It's like it's Team Max, Team Lewis, and then it's like everybody else. I appreciate the couple hundred of you guys who've tuned in today. Oh man, it's the Save of the Pump commercial with Jones and Blaney again. Oh. We've already got one Pennzoil car out of this race. Are we going to lose Joey as well? Be a tough day for Pennzoil. Brian Roseberry, Team Max. I can tell by your profile picture, Marcos, that you're Team Ferrari. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't feel like I have a super strong support of any individual team. I'd say I'm probably Team Lewis. Team Lewis. I'm more so just want to see him get that 8th. I also like Gasly. I'd say Gasly and Lewis are my Gasly and Lewis are my 2 favorites. And I also like Gio, but Gio's gone. Unless he replaces Nikita. And I also kind of like this. I also like the Ferrari boys. I think the season Ferrari versus Mercedes, the Ferraris looked really good and had good fuel mileage during the testing. Yeah, I don't think Red Bull is going to be as competitive this year because they put so much effort into last year. But Mercedes still seemed to have pace in the preseason testing. So yeah, I do think you're going to see probably Ferrari and Mercedes duking it out a lot early on in the season. But I think it's also going to be interesting because if Checo doesn't perform, I think Checo is probably going to be on that ride. Even though everybody loves Checo, there's just such that high standard at Red Bull, and they have so many like drivers in their depth chart to like who they could slot into that spot. But yeah, appreciate everybody who's tuned in so far today. Slowly working our way up from about 5 to 10 viewers to 10 to 15 to 15 to 20 to 20 to 25. Brian Roseberry at number 1. Rest of my case, Max. I feel like him making number 1 his number was a bit cocky. And that may come back to haunt him, man. I don't know. Alan C. Crow, it's a Kyle Busch type of day. I don't know. I think he's going to have a good, solid result, but I feel like that backup car is just not going to be as strong as some of these other guys around him. And I just don't think he's going to have enough speed to get around these other guys. But we'll see. But yeah, it's Larson, Elliott, Chastain, Kyle Busch, Byron, your top 5. So right now, Christopher Bell only has 1 set of green tires left. And we're only like halfway through this race. Here they come through the guy crew restart zone. They go. Larson on the inside. Elliott on the outside. Ross Chastain with a good push to the 5. Kyle Busch also with a good push to the 9, though. They're still side by side, 2 by 2 through turns 1 and 2. The 5 cannot clear the 9. The 9's going to have that good run off the high side. Can the 5 stay there and side draft the 9, or is he going to tuck in line? And the 5's going to try and slide up in front of the 9 off turn 4. Yes, he's going to get that pass done. Can the 9 cross him over? No, he can't. Larson to the lead. Then it's Elliott, Chastain, Kyle Busch, single file, and Truex and Byron are side by side for 5th. Hemrick slow on the track. Larson up the track a bit in turns 1 and 2. Elliott's going to have a run on him down the back straightaway. The 5 holds onto that spot for now. Byron also holds onto his spot over Truex. Oh, Elliott slips up the track a bit. That's going to allow Chastain to get to his inside. Chastain to the inside of Elliott down the front straightaway. He's going to have the advantage at the stripe, but Elliott kind of comes back with a run towards turns 1 and 2. Elliott's going to have that runoff corner exit, but can Chastain slide up and clear him before they get to the end of the corner? No, he's not. Elliott's got the run down the back straightaway, but Chastain keeps side drafting him. I think Chastain's going to be able to win this spot, but Kyle Busch is catching up to these guys as they battle side by side. Chastain slides up in front of the 9, and he's going to get that pass done. Now Chastain up to 2nd place. And Bubba Wallace has worked his way up to 7th. Now he's battling Martin Truex Jr. for 6th place. 15 to go in stage 2. Larson, Chastain, Elliott, Kyle, Busch, Byron, your top 5. Byron makes a move to the inside of Kyle Busch off turn 2, but Busch gets that run down the back straightaway. They're side by side through turns 3 and 4. And Kyle Busch is going to kind of, pretty close to that wall off corner exit. And he's holding on to that spot for now. They're catching up to Chase Elliott, though. And Martin Truex Jr. is catching up to them. Byron's going to slide up, try and clear Kyle Busch off turn 2. He's not quite clear yet, but he'll probably be able to clear him here soon. Kyle Busch just put out the peace sign to William Byron for some reason. Down the back straightaway. He stuck his 2 fingers out the side window. Okay, I don't know why he did that, but anyways, down the front straightaway, they're still side by side battling. Larson's not really pulling away from Chastain right now. So I definitely think Larson doesn't have it secured for sure. Chastain's definitely got a fast car. He may be able to catch the 5 and give him a fight before the stage is over. Joey Logano's gotten by Bubba Wallace for 7th place. And now Bubba Wallace under attack from Kevin Harvick. 12 to go in stage 2. And now it looks like Kyle Busch is going to be able to hold off that attack from Byron. And now Truex will be looking to attack William Byron for 5th place. Right now, Denny Hamlin holds on to that last spot in the top 10. He's having to rebound from that issue, that mistake on pit road. The first car outside the top 10 is Tyler Reddick, who's followed by Ricky Stenhouse and Cole Custer. Chastain is catching up to Larson right now. But will he be able to make the move? They're both pulling away from Chase Elliott. Right now, Eric Almirola is dealing with some issues in his car. We were talking about Tyler Reddick having numb legs last week. Eric Almirola says he can't feel a thing in his legs. He says the pedals are shaking so badly. But that's got to be hurting for Almirola. But he's still holding on in 16th, so he's managing for now. Eric Jones, after having to go to the rear of the field under this last restart, he's worked his way up to 17th. And now William Byron continuing this battle with Kyle Busch. He dives it in turns 3 and 4. He may be able to slide up and complete this pass this time. And he will. And it's Byron up to 4th place. But Kyle Busch is going to have a run on him coming down to turns 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? Also, Christopher Bell has worked his way back up almost to the top 20. He's into the top 20. Coming to 8 to go in stage. In your top 5, Larson, Chastain, Elliott, Byron, Kyle Busch. Oh, but Bell is a lap down, so he's worked his way up to about the 20th position car on the track, but he's a lap down. I forgot about that. Eight to go. Larson still holding on to a small lead over Chastain. Can he hold on to it, though? Chastain is only a couple car lengths behind. It's just a matter of if he can set up a pass. Right now, Larson's running a bit of a middle line. Chastain running a groove higher in turns 1 and 2 than Larson. Now Truex trying to get around his teammate Kyle Busch down the back straightaway on the outside. Kyle Busch on the inside, Truex on the outside through turns 3 and 4. And Truex is going to clear Kyle Busch for 5th place. Kyle Busch has dropped back to 6th. And Chastain is there. He is knocking on the bumper of Kyle Larson with 6 to go in stage 1. Chastain is really putting on performance today. Really, I mean, he's been duking it out with Hamlin, Larson, Elliott all day, and now he's to the inside of Larson down the back straightaway. He's got the advantage into turns 3 and 4. Chastain on the inside, Larson on the outside. Larson all the way up to the wall. And Larson gets out of the groove, and it's Chastain to the lead with 6 to go. Now 5 to go in stage 1. Ross Chastain leads. Oh, Kyle Busch had a bobble off turn 4, and he makes slight contact with the outside wall. He's lucky this is not the Gen 6, so that probably would have been a flat tire, but he's holding on for now, still in 6th place. For all the Kyle Busch fans in the chat, that's not what you wanted to see right there. Now Elliott's going by Kyle Larson. Larson's dropped back to 8th. Now Elliott's catching up to Chastain. Will Elliott be able to take this stage win away from Chastain before it's over? Also, Logano's catching up to Kyle Busch for 6th place. Also, Hamlin's gotten by Bubba. Now Bubba's holding on to that last stage point. He's got a 2nd gap over Reddick. Coming to 3 to go in stage 2. Chastain leads by 8/10 over Elliott. Larson's holding on to 3rd place. He'll be under attack from his teammate William Byron possibly before the end of this stage. Coming to 2 to go here in stage 2 at Las Vegas. Chastain has really been the underdog performer of today like Tyler Reddick was last week. And honestly, I'd say Chastain may have the strongest car on the track. Christopher Bell also is running pretty strong, but he stuck a lap down after that last spin. Elliott's only 6/10 back off Chastain. It was 8/10 last time by, so we'll see. We'll see. But Chastain's leading at Hendrick 1, 2, 3 of second, third, and fourth. Quite the underdog performance so far today. I think if Chastain can hold on and get a top 5 result, I think this will be a great run for that team. And it's the final lap in stage 2, and Kyle Busch has gotten back by his teammate Martin Truex Jr. for 5th place off turn 2. And now off turn 4, Ross Chastain looking to pick up his first stage win of the 22 season, and Trackhouse's first stage win of 2022. Ross Chastain, your stage 2 winner. Then Elliott, Larson, Byron, Kyle Busch, your top 5. Truex, Logano, Harvick, Hamlin, and Bubba Wallace holds on for the final stage point. So in your top 10, you had 4 Chevrolets, 4 Toyotas, and 2 Fords. And then you had Reddick just missing out on stage points, and then Jones, Stenhouse, Almirola, Dillon, Kurt Busch, Buescher, Gilliland, Bowman, and Corey LaJoie, your top 20. And I believe your free pass will be Christopher Bell, so Christopher Bell will be back on the lead lap to start this final stage. And we know how strong of a car he has, so he may be able to get back up and mix it up for the lead mix it up for the win before this thing is over. Appreciate everybody watching. Almost to 30 likes. Shield X, the Watermelon Goat. Yep, the Watermelon Goat. Ross is giving it to him here. I'll catch up on the chat from that last run here. Ferrari may have a shot this year at the title. Yep, he beat a faster car last year. He'll do it again. Kyle Smart saying saving equipment for the end. Well, he also got into the wall a bit there, so we'll have to see. I think Kyle Busch is like a top 10 car, but I don't know about the race win pace. Do the F1 deal. We'll watch. Maybe I may put up a community poll and we'll see. I wouldn't be able to do every race. I can already tell you that, but maybe I'd be able to do some. Will it be Ross Chastain first career stage win? Yep. I wasn't sure if that was his first career stage win or not, but I think it was. So congrats to Ross. And then Ryan Rosberg. Ross is giving him L. Yep. The Watermelon Goat is doing great today. Eric, hell yes, Ross Chastain first career stage win. Yeah, Chastain putting on a performance today. Yeah, honestly, right now, today has definitely been a more normal race in terms of who's towards the front other than Ross Chastain. Like last week at Fontana, we had so many new faces towards the front and so many faces you expect to see not towards the front. But today things seem a bit more normal. But then again, Las Vegas tends to be a race where the best drivers just tend to shine. Kyle always holds a little the end. Be fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see. I think this final stage is gonna get really interesting because we have seen so many cautions throughout this whole race. Our longest green flag run of the day was only about 30 laps, so I think we're still gonna see a lot more that happens today. Will he be a threat to win this race? Who knows? I think Chastain's going to be a threat to win this race unless he gets shuffled out by like some strategy. We've seen so much strategy going on today. 35 people watching. Can we get to 30 likes? I would appreciate it. We really hope Rochester State wins this race. Rochester State, Ross Chastain wins this race to get his first career win, not just that first career win for Trackhouse Racing. Yeah, no. It would be big because, you get that first win for Chastain, yeah, and Trackhouse as a whole. But I honestly say more so than getting that win, Chastain really needs a top 5 run today. Like, he needs it badly. But yeah, he really, because he crashed out at Daytona and he crashed out at Auto Club. So they really just need a strong result. Also, that paint scheme, though, is messy. Like, he's got the Tootsies thing on the bumper, and then he's got like the stinking awards show paint scheme. It just looks all over the place. I do have to say that paint scheme to me looks super ugly, but Brian Rosberg, great race. Announcer Crow, hit the like button, fellas. With 39 votes, who's your pick to win? Bowman, Larson, Hamlin, the field. I'm going to change this poll again and kind of reset it for who seem to be the new faces towards the front. And Chastain, his pit crew's been solid all day, not just him, and he keeps his lead off pit road. Kyle Busch picks up 3 spots. He's up to second. Larson stays in third. Elliott loses 2 and falls back to 4th. Here's our poll. This is who's going to be. We're going to have who wins. We'll put Chastain. Then we'll put Larson. And then we'll put Larson, Kyle Busch. And who's our 4th? I'm trying to think. We could put Elliott. We'll just say, here, we'll say the field. We'll say the field. Here's our poll now. Brian Roseberry. Yep. I'll probably split this. Oh wait, Eric Charles. That would be awesome. That would be their 39th start for Trackhouse and their first win in their 39th start as a team. Yeah, it would be big for this team, you know. So yeah, now we've got the new poll up with who's gonna win. I'll probably take it down halfway through the final stage if we get a caution and reset it. If any of those drivers, get crashed out or get split out. Holy cow, BJ McLeod is in 8th. It's just him and like Josh Bilicki, a lot of the Rick Ware cars, Aspire and Live Fast, they tend to usually not pit when the whole field pits if they're on the lead lap, so that way they, I guess, maybe don't get caught up in an incident on pit road or something, or don't get in somebody's way basically, and they usually just come down that second time. So that's they've done that like almost every pit stop today, because there's been so many cars on the lead lap until like kind of halfway through that second stage where we had a somewhat long run where we put a handful of cars a lap down. But even still, we're 31 cars on the lead lap at Las Vegas after stage 2. Like that's like unheard of ever stage racing at Las Vegas. Brad Keselowski's the only car 1 lap down, so if we do get a caution, Brad Keselowski will be back on lead lap. And oh no, Greg Biffle has been pulled off. I don't know if he's off or he's back. Greg Biffle's off the track. They're having some sort of issue with that car. It looks like Briscoe also pulled off. I didn't even notice that. So Briscoe's out of this race. Blaney, Suarez, and Biffle. So now we got 4 retirements and only 33 cars in this race still. We've had like 10 cautions. How many? We've had 10 cautions in the first 2 stages. So Brian Rosberg, Young Guns, getting it done. 6 votes, and we got 1 for Chastain, 1 for Larson, 1 for Kyle Busch, and 3 for the field. I think if Christopher Bell can get back up into the top 10 with half this final stage left, I think he'll definitely have a shot. He was really gaining fast on the leaders in stage 2, and he led a lot early on. So I think if he doesn't make any mistakes, he may be able to get the win. My 2 underdog picks were Austin Dillon and Stenhouse. So I'm not sure how they're doing. Austin Dillon's in 13th, and Stenhouse is in 18th. So they're doing all right. If they can get top 10s, I'll consider that a win. Both of them. Marcos Duantes Jones is my pick. It seems impossible today, but this is NASCAR, so go 43. Yeah, I mean, I think the 43. If Jones gets a top 10, I'd take that as a win today. Like they had to make that extra pit stop at one point, and top 10 solid for that team. And a top 10 would probably keep him still in the top 16 in points. Right now he's in 23rd. So yeah, here they come to the choose cone, and well, Fox is like so late with some of these analytics, but Chastain takes the inside, Kyle Busch goes outside, Larson goes inside, Elliott goes outside, Truex goes inside, Harvick goes outside, Hamlin inside, Logano out, Reddick inside, Wallace outside. That's your top 10. So we'll get restarted with about 95 to go in this race, a little under that. And the final stage will be underway. They can go about 60 laps on tires and gas. So if we go green to the end of this race, there will be at least, these guys got to pit at least once in the final stage. And a lot of them only have scuffs tires left. Wow. Cole Custer's blowing up though on the infield. And Cole Custer's rolling to stop at the start finish line. Or down towards turn 1. Yeah, and Cole Custer's probably done for the day. So Cole Custer's going to be the 5th retirement from this race with some sort of mechanical issue. He's got blue smoke coming out the back of that thing. And well, that's the end for Cole Custer's day. He wasn't having a remarkable run today, and that's just not what Cole Custer wants to see. Or that Stewart-Haas team. They don't want to have to repair too much with that car. Because these next-gen parts are so scarce to come by right now. But yeah, what I was saying is a lot of these guys only have one set of tires left, or they only have a couple scuffed tires. So these with so many cautions, these guys are going through tires so fast early on in the race. People with maybe 2 sets left in the final stage are really going to have a big upper hand if we get some cautions. Nestor Alberto Zabico in Argentina. No, there is no way to see El NASCAR. I can't remember what the Demos means. We cannot watch NASCAR. I know it bears to see my Spanish skills. There we go. Brian Roseberry. I want to see the Biff win a race. I'd love to see it too, but it's probably going to happen in the SRX, not NASCAR. Eric, I don't care. Ross Chastain's car is ugly. I don't want to get the die cast yet. Dang. What's going on with Stewart-Haas Racing today? And I'm leasing my next gen car for any 4 teams. Wait, Eric, do you own a next-gen car? I'm so confused. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, so you work for, you worked for Heiserberg, right? That's what team you work for? And I know, like, a lot of the smaller teams, like, MBM, are, like, loaning their cars for backup cars to, like, some of the other Toyota teams in the Cup Series. Is that what, like, Heiserberg's doing? Appreciate everybody watching. Almost to 30 likes. Can we get there? I'd appreciate it. Also, I'm going to figure out really quick if the Biffle is on track or not. Okay, I think the Biff is... Yeah, no, the Biff is off track. That's tough. So I think we're going green this time now that they've gotten the 41 off the apron. Yeah, lights are out on the pace car. But yeah, now the story is going to be, can Christopher Bell work his way through the field? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Chastain on the inside, Kyle Busch on the outside. Larson pushing Chastain, Elliott pushing Kyle Busch. And the pace car pulls off turn 4. Through the Geico restart zone we go. The final stage is underway at Las Vegas. Larson's all over the bumper of that one car, but Truex is not giving a good push to the 5. And Chastain's got the advantage down into turns 1 and 2, but now Kyle Busch comes roaring back on the outside. They're even. Chastain's not going to be able to clear that 18 car. The 9's got the advantage on the 5 for that third place battle. Down the back straightaway they go. Chastain and Kyle Busch still side by side. They're 2x2x2, 3 rows deep. Oh, Hamlin has to check up big time on the inside line. Larson slides up in 4th behind Elliott. And Chastain and Kyle Busch are side by side. Chastain may have led that time at the lap at the line by an inch. And Elliott's right on the bumper of Kyle Busch. He's probably going to be able to give him a push on the back straightaway that'll give him the advantage over Chastain. Chastain's able to side draft though, but here comes Elliott with that push. Kyle Busch still is not quite clear. Through turns 3 and 4 they go once again. Chastain holding his own on that inside line. Off turn 4 they go. Kyle Busch once again with the slight advantage, but Chastain once again led it at the lap by maybe an inch. Now Chastain's still working that inside line. Kyle Busch on the high side off turn 4. They've been side by side for 3 laps in a row now. Neither one can gain an advantage. Then it's Elliott, and Logano goes to the inside of Larson in turns 3 and 4. Logano's making his way up to the top 5. Chastain tries to slide up and clear the 18, but he just can't quite do it. Now the 18 side drafts the one down the front stretch, and they go down into turns 1 and 2 side by side again. This is some great racing right now. Chastain looks to have the advantage. He's going to slide up and clear the 18 off turn 2. Chastain to the lead after 4 laps of side-by-side racing on that restart. But now it's Logano trying to get to the inside of the 5 in turns 3 and 4. And Logano's going to slide up behind the 5, but now he's going to be under attack from the 24. The 24 doesn't have big enough a run to make a move just yet. Bowman's up to 8th place after this restart. He restarted in 12th. And Bubba Wallace has dropped back to 13th from 10th. But Chastain's now got about a half a second lead over Kyle Busch. And then it's another couple tenths back to Elliott and then Larson. Stenhouse and Bubba Wallace going at it pretty hard for 13th. Stenhouse on the inside of that 23 through turns 1 and 2. He's going to try and slide up and clear this 23, but he's just not quite clear. The 23 is going to have that run on the high side down the back straightaway. 23 tucks in and 14th. 47 tucks in and 14th. Oh, the 47 slides up the track a bit. He has to get out of the gas there just a bit. That's going to cost him some time. And now the 17's to the inside of the 47. Chastain still holding that gap over Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace working to the inside of Austin Dillon for 12th place off turn 4, but Austin Dillon gets the right corner exit. Appreciate everybody watching. Chastain's up by 3 tenths over Kyle Busch. Oh, the 17 side drafts the 47 down the back straightaway. Oh, I saw them battling there, and he made contact with that left rear of the 47. Man, he's got the 47 may have a slight tire rub after that. We'll have to see if he's able to hold, if he has to come down pit road or anything. But Kurt Busch got by both of them after that little squabble they had. So you're leasing out the backup at Heiserberg as a backup, and you get back at Coda. So that's good to hear. You guys get to build your team and to make your second start ever. You got Chastain, Kyle Busch, Ellison, Byron, your top 5. Appreciate everybody watching. Can we get to 30 likes? I'd appreciate it. Let's go, Kyle. It's go time. Also, checking in on that poll. The field has 42% of the vote. Kyle Busch with 1/3 of the vote. Larson with 17%. Chastain only has 8% of the vote, even though he's leading the race right now with 83 to go. Man, you guys doubting Chastain, the watermelon man. $83 to go. Now 82 to go at Las Vegas. But Tyler Reddick holding on to that last spot in the top 10 right now. He's going to be under attack from Kevin Harvick here soon. Right now, the guys running the fastest times on the track. Chastain ran a 30.35. Kyle Busch ran a 30.32. And there's nobody else on the track in the 33s. So those top 2 are in their own zip code right now. Now this time by, Chastain runs a 30 point. This time by, Chastain and Kyle Busch ran the same time down to the 1,000th of a second. The next closest was Kyle Larson and Martin Jr., but they're both over a 1/10 behind them. Yeah, there's nobody else even near their pace. Kurt Busch battling his Toyota teammate, Bubba Wallace, right now for the, 13th spot on the racetrack. $80 to go. And Truex has gotten by William Byron for 5th place. Truex does seem to have a good long-run car. Also, the Hendrick cars are strong today with all 4 of their cars in the top 7. And Elliott's getting by Larson for 3rd. Larson's dropped back to 4th. And Chastain's got a 6/10 lead over Kyle Busch, but then it's 3 seconds back to Elliott in 3rd. And there's a decent fight from 3rd through 7th place. All those guys are separated by less than a second. Larson's going low on turn 4, trying to get a run on Chase Elliott. Elliott's all the way up against the wall. He's going to get that good run off the high side. Larson's able to side draft him, though, a bit, so Elliott can't get too much of a run on him. But the 9 clears him down into 1 and 2. And Truex is catching up to both of these guys as they run side by side. Larson's going to try and slide up in front of the 19, but he can't. Now the 19 has to run on the outside of the 5, and the 19 up to 4th place for the time being. Mark back from a good motor ride. Kyle Busch looks good. Kyle Busch, he's up to 2nd, but Chastain's still the fastest car on the track. Martin Truex Jr. may be the 2nd fastest car on the track now, but he's a couple seconds behind the leader. Yeah, Chastain's got a couple of the best right behind him. I mean, the whole top 5 are all like all-star. They're all champions. You got Kyle Busch, Truex, Elliott, and Larson. So yeah, no, Chastain's got to hold off 4 of the best to do it right now. And Truex trying to get to the inside of the 9 in turns 1 and 2. He gives him a bit of a side draft as they enter the turn, and he's going to be able to slide up in front of the 9, and it's Truex up to 3rd. So Chastain now leads 2 Joe Gibbs Toyotas and then 4 Hendrick Chevrolets. Also, Marcos, your boy Eric Jones, is worked his way up to 13th. So yeah, Eric Jones definitely has pace, and he ran a 30.7 last time by, and everybody in front of him was running 39s. So Eric Jones definitely has some pace in that car. Actually, his lap time was almost the same as the leaders. So he could definitely get a top 10 result out of this. But Kyle Larson does have the fastest lap of the day. Then Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, Chastain, and Hamlin are all within a 1/10 of a second of his lap time that he put down early on in this race. Yeah, Chastain's really just maintaining a 1/2 second to a second gap over Kyle Busch. It sometimes grows, sometimes it shrinks, but it's really staying just about dead even. And it's just a matter, now Truex has gotten by those Hendrick cars. Will he be able to catch up to these guys? Now Larson to the outside of Elliott. And is this hilarious? You got all 4 Hendrick cars battling with each other. Like they're all together in a bunch from 3rd through 7th. And now Larson's got to push from Bowman to clear the pass on Elliott. And Bowman is able to get up to 5th ahead of Elliott. Byron's got to run on Elliott as well. Elliott's getting dropped from 3rd to 7th by his 3 teammates. But Elliott's going to try and run a higher line to get Byron off turn 4. And he'll be able to get to that run now. It's to the outside of the 24 at the stripe. The 24 still has the advantage at the stripe, but now the 9 at the edge into turns 1 and 2. But he's going to be on the outside, so Byron's going to be able to send it in on him. And as these guys are battling, that's allowing Hamlin to kind of catch up to him. So yeah, Hamlin's cleared Logano. Him and Logano were bad a while ago. But also, yep, Eric Jones is keeping his march going. Now he's got Austin Dillon for 12th place. Eric Jones moved direction. Eric Jones up to 12th. The next car for him to pass is Kevin Harvick. Next time by, it'll be 70 to go. This is approaching one of our longest green flag run of the days. We've got 25 green flag laps already complete in this run, just about that. So about 10 more laps. This will be our longest green flag run of the day. But yeah, now Chastain is having the best average pit stop time of anybody on pit road. And so he's not just been fast on the track, he's also been fast on pit road today. So great performance from that team. And now Hamlin's got into the 9 as they split a lap car 3 wide. Hamlin outside, he's got that runoff turn 4. And Hamlin's going to have the advantage to 7th place for the time being. But Chastain now has his lead over just over a second over Kyle Busch. And last time by, Chastain ran a 30.74. Busch ran a 30.82. Same time as Chastain. Alex Bowman was actually faster than looking for anybody else who's near those times. Kind of close. They're just comparing the 2 different styles of pit stops. And yeah, the new tires are definitely making the pit stops faster. But still, Chastain, Kyle Busch, Truex, Bowman in your top 5. Kyle Busch will be there when Ross gets loose. Yeah, Kyle Busch will be ready to pounce as soon as Ross makes a mistake. Like, that's the thing, is he's hanging with Ross. He's keeping the pressure. He's not just falling that far behind. Eric, right now I'm signing the contract to make my own diecast for my team and merch. Interesting. You're welcome, Marcos. Brian, Kyle's saving it for the end. TDG. Sup, can you do a diecast collection update? I actually will be planning to do that. I also just got my first piece of sheet metal today. If you were watching earlier in the stream, we'll be putting that up. I'll show that out too. It's a whole door off a car, so that's pretty cool. Kyle Busch now, he's brought that gap down from a second to 1/2 a second under the last couple laps, so he's closing in on just a bit. Now Elliott under attack from Reddick. Elliott's really been going backwards on this run. And Reddick has he had that spin really early on in this race in stage 2. He wasn't able to pick up stage points today, but now he's looking to get a good result at the end of the day and pick up a nice solid top 10. And Hamlin moving in the right direction. The whole Joe Gibbs clan is moving in the right direction right now. Truex just went through all the Hendrick cars, and now Hamlin doing the same thing as he's now picking off Byron for 6th place. And the next car in front of him is Kyle Larson. And Reddick's up to 8th. But in the next 10 laps or so, you'll start to see the leader catch more and more heavy lap traffic. Right now, he's lapping Daniel Hemrick, who's the 28th car on the grid. So he'll start to get to more guys who are going to fight him harder to stay on the lead lap. Appreciate everybody watching. When we get up to 30 likes, thank you for subscribing, TDG. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining the family. Mark Witkowski, watermelon might get smashed tonight in Victory Lane. I know. I hope they better have a watermelon for him to smash. That's all I got to say. They better have a watermelon for him to smash. Dropped a like as well. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Over 1,000 viewers on the day, at least at some point. Oh, Byron got into the wall not too long ago, and that may be why Hamlin was able to get by him. And he actually made like solid contact there. And now his lap times are really falling off. So yeah, Byron just made heavy contact with the wall. So we're going to have to see if that 24 car is going to be able to hold on. But he's saying he's got issue with the toe in the right front. Brian Rosberg, good job on the call. Keep about racing. Yep. Mark Witkowski, hit the like button. It helps the show. Yeah, I know when you hit the like button, it helps the show. Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. It's 60 to go at Las Vegas. And right now, as the run goes on, all the Hendrick cars, one by one, are losing more and more of their handling. Elliott's back in 9th now, and he's going to be getting attacked by Joey Logano soon. That car is just off the pace compared to the guys he's running around. And Chastain, the gap was a half a second not too long ago, but now it's back up to over a second. And Truex is in 2nd place, and he is, in 3rd place, and he's catching up to Kyle Busch. I'm going to check up on that gap here in a second. Truex is definitely catching the leader, actually, because it was 4 seconds not too long ago, and now that gap's 2.3 seconds, so Truex is definitely the car on the move. His lap times are about a tenth quicker each time compared to Chastain. And I also want to see, Hamlin's running pretty similar lap times to Truex as well. So those Gibbs Toyotas will really come to life as the run goes on. It's just a matter of if they have enough time, and are we going to see more cautions? And also, pit stops are going to be huge. Who can do the best job on and off pit road? And now Logano's to the outside of Elliott. As I said, Elliott was dropping back, and now here's Logano to go by the outside of Elliott in turns 3 and 4. And Logano's going to get that run off corner exit. And it looks like Logano's up to 9th. Elliott's back to 10th. And Harvick's now on the bumper of the 9 car, ready to shuffle Elliott out of the top 10. Harvick's had a solid run today, just hanging around that 8th to 12th place range for the majority of this race. And here he goes down the back straightaway. Harvick to the outside of the 9 car. Through turns 3 and 4. And it looks like Harvick's going to ride the wall. Elliott's going to run the low line. And Harvick's going to get that run off corner exit. And now it's Harvick up to 10th and Elliott back to 11th. And here comes Eric Jones. And yeah, Elliott's really just, he is praying we get a caution, or he's praying we come to green flag pit stops here soon. And here comes Austin Dillon come down to pit. And now pit road, the fuel window is now just open, 55 to go in the race. And the fuel window is about 60 laps, they said. So yeah, the fuel window is open. But I think we're going to see guys try and split the stage in half rather than pit so early on. And I don't know, maybe Austin Dillon had an issue and that's why he decided to pit so early on. But I'm surprised he came so early. But maybe we'll see other guys come down with him. We know fresh tires are going to feel good and they will make a difference. But he's going to have to run them for so long now to the finish. He'll have to run them longer than he's run any set of tires today. That is if we go green to the end. But Chastain's growing that lead now just a bit. Now it's 1.3 seconds. Eric, I like NASCAR, the tradition. What Carl Edwards do, backflip, and Ross Chastain smashing the watermelon. I know. I feel like we're going to see less watermelon smashes than backflips, but hopefully we see a couple of them during Ross's career. Kyle letting Ross burn up those tires. I don't know, guys. All you Kyle Busch fans, I don't know. I think Ross may just be running harder. Yeah, weird that all the action was in stage 1. Well, there was decent action in stage 2, and I think the action's going to pick up before the end, before this thing ends. Mark, you want to see Harvick? No, we don't need the Harvick chase thing to continue. It's already over. I think Harvick's already done enough. I mean, they're both kind of done enough. It's kind of just gotten stupid at this point almost. And yeah, here come guys to pit road. Bell came to pit road, a couple others. Still nobody in the top 5. We got Kyle Busch now, who just gets passed by Martin Truex Jr. for second. Like I said, MTJ is the fastest car on the track. That gap was 4 seconds from him to Chastain, and now he's gotten to second place, and the gap's 1.2 seconds. So Truex, that car is coming to life late in this race. Will Toyota be able to sweep the weekend if they get a win today? Because they won yesterday and Saturday night and Friday night. And now here comes Bubba Wallace to pit road. Still, though, the floodgates have not opened in terms of guys coming to pit road. Oh, here comes Kyle Busch, though. So Kyle Busch, our first guy to pit from the top 10. And now this will probably drag a couple more with him. We are getting further into this run now. It's going to be 50 to go or so with this set of tires. And that'll still be the longest any of these guys have spent on one set of tires under grid. Came down to pit road. Here comes the lead. Ross Chastain pits from the lead with 50 to go. And here comes Martin Truex Jr. as well. And Martin Truex is able to close right up to the bumper of the 1 as they come to pit road. Now, Chastain's pit crew has been solid all day. Can they keep his lead off pit road? And everybody's coming down. Larson's still out there. He's one of the only guys in the top 10 that have not pitted now. Yeah, Larson right now. Now Larson comes down to pit from the lead. So right now, Chastain's led 77 laps today, and that's more laps than he's led in his entire previous career. Also, Larson looks like he's gotten into the wall at some point just a bit. Oh, and Denny Hamlin spins, but the caution's not out yet. He's got it going on the apron. The green flag's still out. Please don't throw a caution. Dude, is he just going to park it? Now Hamlin's trying to bring out the caution. Hamlin kind of accidentally spun. But yeah, Hamlin there, he had a big bobble. That's going to cost him even more. He was just making a ton of progress. But that definitely is going to cost him at least 5 to 10 seconds on the track. But now Kyle Busch, he came 1 lap earlier than Chastain and Truex, and now he's out front at Chastain. But the caution's out. The caution is out. Oh, Hamlin, are you serious? Hamlin kind of spun. We really don't know why yet. but he got it rolling, and I don't know if he parked on purpose or not, but maybe he broke something here. Are we going to see Hamlin? If Hamlin gets this car going, then this is pretty bad, because he just kind of... Did you know Bubba was going to keep his Talladega winning car? I didn't know that. I mean, I guess it's cool. Right now, that car's in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. So yeah, now they're having to push Hamlin to pit road. So this is probably going to be the end of... Hamlin's probably going to lose a lap here if he hasn't already. So that's really going to hurt Hamlin. But also Stenhouse and Ty Dillon, maybe the big winners here. They did not pit yet. So Daniel Hemrick also didn't pit yet. Now, did they trap anybody a lap down? I don't know if they did or not. Yeah, they trapped all the way down to Kyle Larson a lap down here, so. This really worked out for Stenhouse and Ty Dillon and Hemrick staying out as long as they could there on that run. Now, I don't know if Hamlin's car is broke or not. He may be done for the day. We'll have to see here in a sec. Like, he basically may have had a money shift and torn out the gearbox. Like I said, I said we were going to get another caution and things are going to get interesting again. And that was my prediction. I don't think we're going to see hardly anybody pit other than the guys who haven't pitted yet, because nobody has tires left at this point in the race. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Up to 28 likes. Can we hit 30? I'd appreciate it. But it's 45 to go, and you got I'm still not quite sure how this is all going to work out, because you're going to have those guys pit, and you got a whole bunch of guys trapped a lap down, but they should be able to take the wave around. I'm not totally sure, to be honest. It's always kind of confused me when, like, how this works with when you have something like this, when you have caution in the middle of pit stops, like if they're stuck a lap down or not. And I think Hamlin may be done for the day. It's not that... I think the 11 car is still running, but I think he may be stuck in, like, neutral or something. We'll see here. Now, here comes Stenhouse and Ty Dillon and those guys to pit. Figure out here in a second which cars are still on the lead lap and who's not. Other than a couple leaders. Yeah, I know. Now all those guys are stuck. Who, because of when the caution time fell, only a couple of guys hadn't pitted yet, so they had a whole bunch of guys trapped a lap down. No, Larson, I believe, is still on the lead lap. I think he was the last car still on the lead lap. But I'm not sure who's able to, like, take the wave around and who's not. But Hamlin's days, he's definitely not getting a top 10 today now. He was having a really solid run, but after that issue coming off pit road, he's already 4 laps down. And that puts him down to first. So we'll figure out here in a second. So Larson got a penalty under his green flag pit stop. But he's so nice to serve it under caution. So, like, everybody's taking the wave around up to about 25th, it looks like. So I'm not totally sure how it all works still, but well, that really hurts Kyle Larson's chances of winning. But Hamlin's out of this race. The window net is down on that car as he sits in his pit stall. And that makes it 5 retirements, I believe. Now you have 31 cars still in this race. And yeah, it does look like up to 24th was able to take the wave around. Now Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland are both stuck 1 lap down. And Chris Buescher Harrison Burton, Corey LaJoy, Justin Haley, Christopher Bell, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, and Tyler Reddick all took the wave around. Appreciate everybody watching though right now. Mark, what's your first aim? We're gonna keep that disclosed for the time being. Kyle Busch, master of restarts. Will show Ross Chastain how it's done. I don't know, man. Ross Chastain has actually been on point on his restarts today, like especially as a pusher. When he's lined up as a second car on the inside or outside line a couple times today, and he has made sure the guy in front of him goes to the lead every time. So far today, Ross Chastain has been really solid on the restarts. So yeah, so Hamlin's tough luck this year continues. Ugh. Yeah, now Larson's lucky. Now he has to serve this penalty and he has to go to the rear, but he doesn't actually have to go that far back because all those other cars took the wave around as well, unless he has to go around the wave around cars. I'm not sure. I think the wave around cars go behind him as well, but I'm not certain about that. Yeah, now we're going to keep an update on that poll. Chastain, Larson, Kyle Busch, the field. 43% say Kyle Busch. 26% say the field. 17% Larson, and 13% Chastain. But either way, the majority of you guys are saying it's Kyle Busch. So, Larson does have to go to the rear of the field. So actually, this penalty is going to quite set him back quite a bit. Got Kyle Busch, Chastain, Truex, Bowman, Stenhouse, Ty Dillon, Hemrick, Byron, Reddick, and Harvick, your top 10. So it's going to be Kyle Busch on the inside, getting pushed by his teammate, Martin Truex Jr. Then you'll have Ross Chastain on the outside getting pushed by Chevrolet affiliate Alex Bowman. But let's go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., one of my underdog picks, having a solid run up in fifth with that lucky break under the caution. So the guy co-restart zone. Kyle Busch on the inside. Chastain on the outside. Chastain with the edge at the stripe by an inch, but Alex Bowman's not there to give him a good push. And there's a stack up in the middle of the field. They're 4 wide for a second. Man, Cindric makes a bold move to the inside. It's chaos back there in the midfield. Cindric's now drifting up the track. This cannot end good. My goodness, that's a whole squabble from the top 6 backwards. It's chaos. Somebody's in the wall. I think that's Todd Gilliland got in the wall. Now you got Kyle Busch, though, with the lead over Ross Chastain. And Chastain's now side by side with Truex off turn 2, but now he's advantage over Truex. And now Alex Bowman and Truex are side by side for third. I'm not sure who got in the wall, but somebody got in the wall. They still have not wrecked. I cannot believe it personally. And it's Kyle Busch leading over Chastain. And then they're side by side for third, Alex Bowman and Truex. And they're side by side for fifth, Ty Dillon and Stenhouse. 40 to go at Las Vegas. Kyle Busch still stays in command. That one car is still in second, and Truex is able to slide up and clear Bowman for third. And Stenhouse is clear of Ty Dillon for fifth. Oh, somebody has a bobble. I think that was Alex Bowman got really loose. Larson's worked his way up to 18th after that penalty. And now Byron goes around Stenhouse for 5th place. 38 to go. Kyle Busch leads over Chastain, Truex, Bo, and Byron, your top 5 now. Then it's Stenhouse, Ty Dillon, Reddick, Almirola, and Wallace, your top 10. Then you got Kurt Busch, Elliott, Bell, Logano, Dillon, your top 15. Larson up to 16th. Harvick, Jones, Buescher, LaJoie, your top 20. While they race for position, Kyle's going to cruise away, you're saying. I don't know. We're going to have to see. 37 to go now. Larson's up to 15th. 30 likes. I appreciate it, guys. Now, Kyle Busch growing that lead just by about a 10th last time by over Chastain, and Truex has really got pace. I think Truex is the fastest car on the track right now, and he may be able to get by Chastain and Kyle Busch before this thing is over. But are we going to see another caution, another crazy restart? That's going to make things really interesting. Yeah, Ty Dillon having a nice clean run. He kind of got a lucky break with that caution, him and Stenhouse. Yeah, Larson now working his way around Eric Jones for 15th place. He's really having to rebound here. That penalty really set him back. He's just going to be hoping to get a top 10 result now. But Kyle Busch still holding on to his lead, and Chastain slips up the track just a bit off turn 4. That's allowed Truex to have a window to the inside of the 1 down the front straightaway. Truex on the corner panel of the 1 car now. He's going to dive it in on Chastain in turns 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to slide up and make the pass happen? No, he's not quite yet. The 1 gets that run off the higher groove, but they're still side by side on the back straightaway. Advantage Truex as they enter turn 3. Now these guys are battling side by side, and it's allowing Kyle Busch to grow his lead and give him more time to run away. Oh, Truex still the inside of Chastain through turns 1 and 2 again. He just cannot quite clear him. I think if Truex clears the 1 car, he'll go up and give the Kyle Busch a fight. But the 1 car, I don't think still has the pace that these 2 Toyotas had. Oh, Truex slides up on the 1 and the 1 crosses him over. That was real close. Now Truex on the outside, 1 on the inside. 19 on the outside, 1 on the inside. And Truex gets that run off the high side, and the Truex is up to 2nd place. Chastain back to 3rd. Elliott working his way back up through the field. He's making a move on Ty Dillon now for 12th place. Behind him's Eric Jones. He'll be trying to get that spot on Ty Dillon as well. And Truex just ran his fastest lap of the race after he's gotten by Chastain. So I think Truex is definitely going to get to the bumper of the 18 before this thing's over. I don't know, guys. All the Kyle Busch fans in the chat, things are going to be interesting. I think Truex is definitely going to start to catch up to him here. Let's look at his lap times now. Last time by, Kyle Busch ran at 30.29 and Truex ran at 30.75. So I guess Kyle Busch is holding on for now. But Ross Chastain ran a faster lap time than both of them. Right place, right time for Stenhouse and Dillon. Yeah, right now Dillon's not really holding on to his track position that well. He's already dropped back to like outside the top 15, but Stenhouse still holding his own in the top 10. He showed decent pace in qualifying and practice, so I think he can maybe hold on for a top 10 result, but he's going to have hard behind him. Kyle is cruising, and cautions are not done yet. Now, I don't know. I think we're going to get another caution, but I'm not sure. I want there to be another caution. Larson's going by the outside of Elliott down the front straightaway. Here, guys, I'm going to turn off the leaderboard because it's a little bit ahead of us. And I think I don't want it to, like, spoil some of the events that happened. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to put the leaderboard back up, let me know in the chat. But I just took it down because it's a lap or two ahead of what I'm saying. Or at least ahead of the TV that I'm commentating off of. And I am live. Yeah, it's 27 to go at Las Vegas. And Kyle Busch still leads. Truex took a 10th out of his lead last time by. Now 26 to go. Will Truex have enough time? And these guys are really dicing it up in the pack, man. They're all over the place. They were 3 wide for a second. McDowell, Buescher, and Burton. And here comes Chastain catching back up to Truex. So now it looks like that one car is coming back to Chastain, but both of them are picking up, gaining on Kyle Busch. But the thing is if they keep battling with each other, neither of them will be able to catch Kyle Busch. .25 to go. And Truex and Chastain are catching Kyle Busch, but if they start battling each other, they're going to start to lose ground on him again. For your top 10, Kyle Busch, Truex, Chastain, Bowman, Byron, Reddick, Stenhouse, Almirola, Kurt Busch, and Bubba Wallace rounds out your top 10. Then you have Logano, Larson, Elliott, Bell, your top 15. Yeah, now the gap's under a second from Kyle Busch to Truex and only just over a second from Kyle Busch to Chastain. I don't know, guys. I don't think we're done seeing cautions yet. It's going to be interesting. 23 to go. The gap's now 0.67 from Kyle Busch to Truex. Another 10th out of it last time by. Yeah, now Chastain's less than a second back from Kyle Busch. Truex is almost to it's at the line. Truex is a half a second back from Kyle Busch. And Chastain's 9/10 behind Kyle Busch. So they're closing in on Busch right now. This is going to get close to the end. Oh my goodness, this is going to get crazy. Oh boy. And Eric Jones has gotten by Bubba Wallace. Now he's up into the top 10. Larson will be looking to follow him through on completing that pass on Bubba Wallace. Now Bubba Wallace sets his eyes on Kurt Busch. And here comes Martin Truex Jr. He is to the bumper of the 18. The gap's less than 2/10. Off turn 4, here they come. Truex has a run. They're coming to 20 to go, and Truex is there. Chastain's not too far behind either. Only a half a second off these top two. Oh boy, Truex is trying to get to that 18, but the 18 just ran the same line as the 19, and that kind of hurt the momentum of the 19. Dirty air is still somewhat of a thing with the next-gen cars. It's not as big of a deal as last time, but, you know, it still can make a difference. The 18 has moved up, and he's starting to run the line that Truex was running the last couple laps. Smart defensive play by Kyle Busch. 19 to go. Oh, Truex goes to the inside of Kyle Busch off turn 2. Oh, he was close to the corner panel, but he's not there yet. You guys are all like, you're so confident in your guy Kyle Busch, man, but I don't know. I just don't have that same confidence. I'm sorry. Truex seems so fast right now. 18 to go. Truex is trying to get to the inside of that 18 off the exit of turn 2, so that way he can side draft him and complete the pass in turns 3 and 4. But the 19, he keeps running the same line as the 18. He's got to know that now he's got to change his groove. Also, Chastain was catching these top 2, but now he's kind of fallen into a stalemate. He's stuck at about a second behind him. He's not really gaining or losing that much ground. And Eric Jones has gotten by Kurt Busch. He's up to 9th place, and now he'll be looking to get by Almirola for 8th. 17 to go. That last time by, Kyle Busch grew his lead up to 3/10 over Truex. Maybe you Kyle Busch fans are maybe you got it. You're saying Truex will overdrive. I don't know. I mean, you got to know he very well may. He's got to feel like he's running out of time. He may overstep it. And Jones has gotten by Almirola. He's up to 8th place now. Larson's gotten by Bubba for 11th. Oh, Truex goes really strong on the inside of turns 1 and 2. Once again, he gets super close to Kyle Busch. He just got to run the low line in turns 3 and 4. Yes, he does it finally. Kyle Busch runs up against the wall. Kyle Busch is going to have that runoff corner exit, but 19 will be there to side draft him. They're dead even coming down the front straightaway, but the 18 does get that run off. And now Kyle Busch leads over the 19. And 18 still leads over the 19. 15 to go. 18's running a really high line now, right up against that wall. The 19's running the low line. That 18's running the defensive line, the one where he's going to get that runoff corner exit, and he can kind of power by the 19. It's a safer line. Come on, Eric Jones. Close is not good enough. Yeah, I know. The 14 to go. And are we going to see another caution or not? I mean, it's still the question. Or will Kyle Busch overstep it himself? And he's running that high line. Will he put that car in the wall and give Martin Truex Jr. an opportunity to get past him? Also, Chastain is really falling off these top 2 now. Now he's almost 2 seconds back. So that one car is starting to slip away from him. Kyle Busch with a bit of a bobble through turns 1 and 2. The 19's got to run. He's going to be able to side draft the 18 down the back straightaway. He moves to the inside of Kyle Busch. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. Truex has the advantage. Kyle Busch goes to the high side. Hopefully he can get a run off the top side and stay there on the 19's door. But the 19 slides up to clear 18. The 18 crosses over the 19. 18's now on the inside line, and 19's on the top side. And the 18 gets it done. What a great crossover from Kyle Busch. Now Kyle Busch goes to the inside line, and 19 goes to the high side, and the 19's going to have that run off the top side. Kyle Busch has got to go up and block that. He will. That was a great back and forth right there from Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. Now Kyle Busch goes back to run that high line, and unluckily for Truex, he's got lap cars running the low line, so now he's kind of stuck in the middle in no man's land. Now they're coming up on lap traffic, and Martin Truex Jr.'s got to pray he doesn't catch one of these lap cars at the wrong time. So does Kyle Busch. All these laps are running that inside line, and that doesn't allow Martin Truex Jr. anywhere to where he can go to make a pass on Kyle Busch. 11 to go. Jones is up to 7th. Larson is up to 9th. Both those guys are working their way back through the field. Kyle Busch all the way up against the wall. Truex runs it low in turns 3 and 4 once again, and he just can't get to that quarter panel. Man, the 19 is so close. You got to feel for him. Kyle Busch doing a great defensive job right now. Kyle Busch goes high. Martin Truex Jr. goes in the middle line. They've got a lap car to the inside of Daniel Hemrick. And that lap car may have disturbed the air on the 19. They kind of had to slow up off corner exit, but the 19 is there. If the 18 makes the slightest bobble again, Truex is going to pounce. They're coming to 9 to go at Las Vegas. And they're coming up on lap cars that are side by side. How are they going to work their way through them? And lap car goes high. Kyle Busch goes low. Truex takes the middle line, but he's going to have the lap car in front of him. Where does the lap car go? Kyle Busch slides up in front of Truex. Truex gets loose off corner exit. He stays on the bumper of the 18, though. They're putting Ty Dillon a lap down. Man, how did he fall back so fast? My goodness. Now Kyle Busch runs the inside line. Truex runs the middle, but he slides up the track a bit. Truex has got a bit of a draft on the 18 down the front straightaway. 8 to go now. Yeah, 8 to go at Las Vegas. Oh, now they're putting Michael McDowell lap down, and Michael McDowell's disturbing the air on the front of that 19 car, that's for sure, and that's giving Kyle Busch another opportunity to put another car length between him and the 19. Oh boy, this is great racing right now. Seven to go. Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. 7 to go. Kyle Busch keeps running that high defensive line. Martin Truex Jr. is running low. Truex has got such a strong car. He just cannot get by him. Kyle Busch is doing a great job though as well. Oh, Truex runs that inside line really well. And just once again, that was maybe the closest he's been. If he can get just a bit closer next time by, he'll be able to get there. White knuckle racing, yeah. Oh boy, Truex slid up the track there just a bit. 6 to go. Truex has got to try and regroup as they come to 5 to go. He's going to have another opportunity here before this thing's over, but he doesn't want to waste it. Meanwhile, these guys have pulled away from Chastain by 0.5 seconds, and Chastain may actually get passed by Bowman before this thing's over. Also, Larson's gotten up past Stenhouse and actually passed Jones as well. 5 to go as they come to put another car lap down. Four to go this time by, and I think Kyle Busch may have it locked up. He's pulling away from Truex. Truex may have used up his stuff. Half a second left. And now here comes Bowman chasing down Chastain before this thing's over. 4 to go. He's going to get to the bumper of Chastain, so he may be able to get up to third. And Kyle Busch may be able to hold on. Half a second left. Half a second gap now from him to Truex, but there's a lapped car on the high line in front of Kyle Busch. That may slow down the 18 just a bit, but the lapped car moves low. So that didn't Kyle Busch too much there. Now the gap's only 3/10. Could have been worse. Now 3 to go at Vegas. Whoa, Truex really drove it in there. Gap's now a little bit under 3/10. Ocean, Eric Jones in the wall. Oh, that 43 is the side of that thing's killed, and he was having a great comeback run. He was trying to hang on to it, but the right front was, whoa, and Bubba Wallace nearly crashes into the 43, but he's going to crash in the inside wall, and that's going to end a terrible day. A pretty solid run from Bubba Wallace. Oh boy. Actually, Bubba got lucky. He hit that inside tire barrier, but these new cars are so sturdy. Actually, that 23 looks pretty okay. He may be able to, he's probably going to actually be able to finish this race, but we're going to get a crazy finish here now. And Eric Jones, he was having a great comeback run. And that car just snaps off the corner exit. He was racing Austin Dillon. And that thing hooked into that outside wall. Like, that right front is killed. And he tried to hang on to it. Bubba, I don't know how Bubba not crashed into the 43. He came within like inches of that car. Oh my gosh. And then he licks. These next gen cars are so much more durable than the old ones. That's all I gotta say. Like, if that was a Gen 6 car, with the way Bubba hit that inside tire barrier, that thing would have been done for the day. That's for sure. So now this is gonna get interesting, man. That 23 car was inches. Inches from the 43 car. I hope they show a close-up replay of that. That was insanity. But now what's going to be real insanity is this next restart. But the flat tire on the 23 comes apart, and we see the first fender shredded by a flat tire on the next gen car. Right front came apart and it just destroyed the right front of that 23. They're showing Samantha as she watches that car crash, and she's like, no, 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 get off the track. But like, there's nothing Jones could do with that. Yeah, this is going to make things crazy now. Got Kyle Busch, Truex, Chastain, Bowman, Byron, Larson, your top 6. Larson's gotten all the way back to 6th after restarting in the rear under this last restart. So, yeah, talk about a run. Marcos, I'm sorry, he was having a great run too. I actually felt bad for him. Like, he done a job today. But definitely, I mean, at least optimistic signs from that team that they definitely can compete. Brandon, come on, Kyle. I got so many Kyle Busch fans in the chat today. This is like so, or maybe this is Kyle Larson. I don't know if he doesn't say Busch or Kyle, but we got so many Kyle Busch fans in the chat today. Here, we're gonna put up the leaderboard again now. And this was Kyle's race. I'm 62. My heart can't take this. I know it was. Oh, who's gonna pit? Everybody's pitting, isn't it? A lot of these guys, somebody's going to stay out. Yeah, there are guys staying out back in the field. I can't believe that that nobody stayed out. I think, how could you not stay out? Everybody, it's like somebody had to stay out, or somebody's going to take no tires. We're going to see what happens here, and we'll have to see if anybody make a mistake on pit road. Mark, green, white, Kyle. Oh, Kyle Larson, though. Kyle Larson, Bowman, and Byron win the race off pit road. They take 2 tires, whereas Kyle Busch, Chastain, and Truex all take 4. Everybody else takes 4, but the 3 Hendrick cars take 2. Oh, man. Larson wins the race off pit road. The pit crew clutches up with a 2-tire stop. A pretty key strategy call, but now I think there had to have been somebody who stayed down on track. There had to have been. Kyle Busch was the 4th car off pit road behind the 300 cars with tires, but somebody had to have stayed out. If they didn't, okay, it looks like Gilliland and a couple others stayed out, but maybe they're lapped cars, and I'm not totally sure here. We'll see here in a second when the scoreboard resets itself. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate it if you drop a like. This has been insanity. Kyle, I said Kyle's in 6th place. Unless somebody's Larson, Bowman, Byron. He's in 4th place. It's Larson, Bowman, Byron, Kyle Busch, Chastain, Truex, Reddick, Almirola, Bell, Elliott, your top 10. Then Harvick, Logano, Dillon, Kurt Busch, Stenhouse, LaJoie, Haley, Burton, Buescher, Ty Dillon, your top 20. Now, guys, are we going to see another caution or not? That's the real question now. It means 2 to go, so it's going to have to happen on that first lap, or else it'll end the race. But we'll do here. We're going to end the poll. We're going to do this. We're going to do a new poll. Who wins? A Hendrick car that took 2 tires or the field? Who wins? Larson, Bowman, Byron, or the field? I know. Well, it's because the tire fall off so bad, Mark. That's why people came in. But nobody even tried to stay out, which I just found so shocking. Like, old tires have been terrible this whole race when you try to stay out. But I mean, like, come on. I mean, how could you not at least try? I mean, you get the track position. Like, somebody's back in 15th. Why not, like, at least give it a shot? Why would anyone come in at all? Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Larson, Where's Larson? Larson's on the pole now. But yeah, are we going to, I mean, I don't know, guys. This is getting crazy. Oh, boy. Also, it depends how they line up because you got 3 Hendrick cars. So it's going to be one of them's going to go low. The second one will go high. And then will Byron go with Larson or will he go with Bowman? And then you'll have, in fourth, you'll have Kyle Busch, and he'll be pushing one of the Hendrick cars. And so he's probably going to split him 3 wide, but I'm not sure. And then if you're Chastain, you're probably going to go with Kyle Busch. And then if you're Truex, like, do you go with your teammate or do you go with one of those guys on 2 tires? This is getting, oh boy, this is why we watch, man. This is going to get crazy. You know, if I was a driver, I'd stay out with 2 to go. Like, I mean, the whole field came down. Like, especially if I was running like 7th or 8th place and I saw everybody pitting in front of me, I'd be like, oh, I'm staying out. But literally nobody stayed out at all. And I'm so shocked by that call. Because we have seen that the 2 tires or no tires has not worked well. Like, it has not. But, I mean, it's probably going to be your best shot at a win if you're restarting in 14th with 2 to go. The 18's going to turn into a bulldozer. We'll have to see. I'm going to turn off the leaderboard once again. Once we get like towards that green flag time. 40 lap old tires, they will be killed in 1 lap. Earlier today, those cars that tried to did so on 20 lap old tires or less and still got eaten up by the field. No way I would stay out. But let's say you're like the last car on the lead lap. Like, what's the point otherwise? Home in like 18th spot, or you could have a shot at like a top 5, top 10 if things like carry behind you. Because that is, you're going to be on old tires, so you're going to be like doing terrible. But guys are going to be pushing the envelope so bad. Like people are going to be making crazy moves like we've seen on every restart. And you're going to see guys checking up on the inside, outside line who are like in the 5th or 6th row. And then that's going to hold off like those guys outside the top 10 from getting to you. And that's the thing, is most of these guys, that's the thing, is they're not even putting on new tires. All these guys put on scuffs. So it's not even like they have brand new tires. That gives them even less advantage over you. Kurt Busch missed the win in 2019. Like Kurt Busch missed the win in the 2019 Coca-Cola 600 Coca-Cola Sugar 400 race. That's kind of like different. That's like rain delay, but take 8 laps for new tires to come in. Well, they're still so much better than the old tires, but like that's not even like my point. I'm just saying that it would make such a big difference. But now here we come to the choose cone. This choose cone is probably going to decide the race, who goes with who. Larson goes high, Bowman goes low, Byron goes high, Kyle Busch goes, Chastain goes low, Truex goes high, Reddick goes low, Almirola goes high, Elliott goes high, Bell goes low, Harvick goes high, and that's your top 10. So you're going to have 2 Hendrick cars on 2 tires on the outside. They're going to have Bowman with 2 tires on the inside getting pushed by Kyle Busch. And there's no way Kyle Busch does not make it 3 wide to the inside of Bowman on this restart. 18 will be Wrecker or Checkers. I don't know. We're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see. Oh, boy. I'm looking away from the chat. I don't want to see any spoilers now. The lights are out in the pace car. Dude, I want Larson to win this so bad. I don't think it's going to happen. Also, I think we're going to get a wreck again. Oh, boy. Larson, can you do this? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Then we got Bowman, and then we got Byron. No, I just don't even know if these 2 tired Hendrick cars can hold on. Because Kyle Busch is going to be coming so strong. Like, if it was a 1-lap sprint, okay, I think they could do it. But the 2 laps, they're no longer going to be side by side. And, like, Kyle Busch he's just going to have such a run. But unless Kyle Busch gets split by, like, Chastain behind him, I don't know. But the pace car's off. Through turns 4 they go. Bowman on the inside. Getting pushed by Kyle Busch on fresh tire. Larson on the outside. Getting pushed by William Byron. Through the Geico restart zone they go. 2 laps to go. The green is out. Bowman with a great push from Kyle Busch. He's got the edge right now, but Byron's on the bumper of the 5. Kyle Busch is not making it 3 wide yet. He's giving a good push to the 48. The 48 has a slight edge over the 5's going to have that runoff corner exit. They're still 2 by 2. Oh, they're side by side down the back straightaway, the 48 and the 5. The 48 has a slight advantage through turns 3 and 4. Larson's on the quarter panel. The 48, though, off turn 4 they go. Oh, the 48 is up the track a bit. Larson's going to have the advantage at the stripe. Or no, the 48 has the advantage at the stripe. Larson's on the outside, though, still hanging hard on his quarter panel. Kyle Busch is still a bit behind these guys, but he comes with a huge run into turns 1 and 2. Larson's on the outside of the 48. Oh, Kyle Busch up the track a bit. Larson with the advantage down the back straightaway. I don't know who's going to win. Come on, Larson. Come on, Larson. Come on, Larson. Bowman's got a great run, though. Bowman's got a great run. It's all going to become around who does the run off turn 4. Oh, Bowman's on the inside of the 5. He gets loose a bit, but the 5's up the track. No, Bowman's got it. No. Damn. Oh, Bowman. No. Oh, God. Why? The Bowman, oh, my God. Oh, second place finish, though. And Chastain got 3rd, I think. And Kyle Busch got 4th. Dude, okay, I gotta say this is, all I gotta say is that, Alex Bowman is a hack. But not in, I don't mean that in, a disrespectful way. I mean in, the guy is always, the least quick of the Hendrick cars. And he just is in the right place in the right time and is able to pull it off. I mean, he gets these wins, he's strong, but he's not terrible, and he shows up when it matters, but he's literally in every other statistic compared to his teammates, he's always miles behind them. And he always just last year, he got all those wins on he got the late race win on the restart at Richmond, and then where was it where he got the other? I'm totally blanking. Dover, he was strong, but Dover kind of was more about track position. He kind of his pit crew was able to get him the track position to win that race. And then you died inside as a Kyle Busch fan. Toast to Marshall. Yeah, now we're gonna catch up on the chat. Red Bull gives you wings. Vegas finished. Almirola with another top 10. Yeah. Wait here, yeah. Now we're going to look through the running order a bit. Bowman, Larson, Chastain, Kyle Busch, Byron, top 5. Almirola with a 6th position finish. Nice. Reddick, P7. Truex, 8. Elliott, 9th. Christopher Bell, 10th. Christopher Bell able to rebound for a top 10. Then Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, Corey LaJoie with a nice top 15. Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, Ty Dillon, your top 20. Then Ricky Stenhouse, Daniel Hemrick, Todd Gilliland, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Cody Ware, Michael McDowell, BJ McLeod, Josh Bilicki, Garrett Smithley, your top 30. Then Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin, Cole Custer, Greg Biffle, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, and Daniel Suarez round out your field. Oh my gosh, that was so close. I know, everybody wanted Kyle Busch to win, but Alex Bowman, how does he always do this? That's why it hit. Yeah, it hit. Kyle Busch is bad, but who can you be mad at? Because it's just a strategy call at the end of the day. Yeah, Kyle Busch is mad, that's for sure. Yeah, well, the Larson, Bowman, Byron, obviously though, I have to say it's up to the Hendrick strategist for that one. The Hendrick strategists were able to pull that one off. They are the ones who won that race. Because, they got top 2. They got all 3 of those cars in the top 5. They're able to make it work. I'm really surprised Kyle Busch did not take him 3 wide, though, into turns 1. I think that would have given him the advantage he needed. Because when he just pushed Bowman, it allowed Bowman and Larson just to get out there by so much. And then Byron kept side drafting. Honestly, Byron kind of played defense by side drafting Kyle Busch for 3rd place. And that's what gave those top 2 that advantage. I removed it for you. Bowman somehow wins races like this. I know. It's like, I don't have anything against Bowman, but I do have to say, I think he's like, and this is going to sound controversial, I think Bowman is the worst Hendrick driver. The guy, like, he had 4 wins last year, the second most on the team, which in double, Elliott had, and Byron only had 1 win. But in terms of, like, if you don't look at the wins category, if you just were to get rid of wins, his, like, top 5s and top 10s in average finish statistic and laps led and stage points and all that, he's like a 16th to 17th place driver in the points. I'm actually thinking about making, like, a YouTube video on it to kind of just break down, like, I guess at the end of the day, winning's all that matters, but I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like, especially if we were doing a full year point system, like that, the way he, like, his inconsistency would never, ever get him, like, a top 5 points finish. Did Eric Jones bring out an intentional? No, that was not intentional. The car was totally, the right front tire was, like, totally, like, it was, like, gone after he crashed that wall, and, like, he just got loosed. Like, he did not spin that thing on purpose. If anybody brought out an intentional caution, it was maybe Denny Hamlin somehow. Or, well, no, he had the money shift, so that wasn't intentional. That was him breaking the car. You know, yeah, he was, yeah, no, yeah, there wasn't any sense why he'd do it on purpose. We had Kyle, solid run today. Solid run. Both Kyle's solid runs. But, and at the end, like, these are the races where it's like, Alex Bowman was, like, nowhere near the lead the whole time. Like, he was in the top 10, I will say that. Like, he was up there. But he was never the guy to, like, how many laps did he lead in this race? Oh, wait, he was out front earlier at that one point for a little bit. So he led 13 laps during this race, but, like, still, like, it is what it is. Now we can look at the new standings updated. So now, or, oh, wait, no, it still isn't updated. Or at least... No, it has up. So Larson's now the points leader with 113 points. Then Truex is in 2nd. Logano's in 3rd. Hendrick's 4th. Kyle Busch 5th. Almirola 6th. Elliott 7th. Bowman 8th. And then Dillon 9th. Wallace 10th. Kurt Busch 11th. Keselowski 12th. Blaney 13th. Briscoe 14th. Eric Jones 15th. And Kevin Harvick 16th in the points. And Stenhouse is the first car out. But we had 12 cautions today, 15 leaders. How about that? 23 lead changes. Pretty crazy. Well, Bowman, according to Bowman, he was fast all day. Well, Bowman wasn't that slow. Bowman was good, but, like, it wasn't, he was definitely not, like, a top 3, top 5 car in terms of pace. But then again, I really wouldn't say Kyle Larson was either. In terms of the best cars were probably Chastain, Hamlin, Truex, Kyle Busch, Hamlin. Honestly, all the Gibbs cars were good, except 2 of them kind of had issues. You are better than a lot of the commentators on TV. I enjoy it. Let's go get next week with the 43. I know Eric Jones had a solid run today. Like, he had a great comeback. Like, Larson worked his way up towards the field, and he ended up getting, like, 2nd place in this race. But if Eric Jones didn't crash, he was going to, like, get just as good of a finish as Larson would have. Where does Petty get fast motors? I'm not sure. I actually think RCR, unless RCR, Petty, and Trackhouse and somebody are all kind of like their own little affiliate. So I don't know if they get supplied, who they get their supply from, but whoever they get a supply from, they all get the same thing. Mark Witkowski, still, you'd like to see no caution laps counted with 25 to go. I think it's a decent rule. It just makes races go on for so long. That's the thing that I guess doesn't make it practical enough. Like, this race already went 30 minutes over runtime, and if we did that, I mean, in the amount of cautions we were seeing today, I mean, a Chevrolet cartel. At least it's Hendrick's from where Kyle's was to get 2nd. All good, big picture. Yeah, no, I mean, Kyle Busch got still a solid result. I mean, for them having to take a backup car that had no engine in it yesterday, like literally was a bare bones car, like just the chassis and wheels. They did pretty good for that. I mean, I think that's the bigger victory for Kyle Busch and like Joe Gibbs Racing as a whole. Yeah, at the end, Alex Larson almost had it, but Alex Bowman got loose and it caused Larson to have to go up. A 3-lap overtime, I don't know. I think it would. I think Alex Bowman still would have won in this case, because really what happened was Alex Bowman got loose in turns 3 and 4, and then, or not loose, but he just had a bit of a wiggle. And he almost came up, and Larson then wiggled to like avoid him, and then that gave a huge advantage to the finish. But appreciate everybody who tuned in today. It was a fun one. We'll stop it there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Wait, Brian Rosberg, do the F1 thing. You got followers? I don't know. I'm interested. I'll think about it. It depends, because I gotta wake up so early sometimes. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know if I do an F1 live stream in advance. But that's all I got for now, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.